Dapat you guys dengar tak?
Yes,
Laptop kan?
Loud and clear.
Oh, by the way, today's sharing, because it's so ad hoc. Like, me always like that. Suka plan, lepas tu mula lah, tak sempat nak ni. So I'll be sharing mostly on making sure that all of you passed the first selection, which will be online application, and inshallah, if time permits, we are going to arrange that going to be a bit smaller in terms of participants. A proper one, as in a proper yang memang untuk prep the one yang lepas fasa pertama untuk proposal writing and proposal defense in some sort. Okay, defense means how you gonna defend yourself. Kalau PhD, it would be 50 minutes kind of presentation with the panel. If masters, you're gonna be doing in group. And on that point, I'll be needing
I will be
helps from my friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and all that.
I think sorry for that, but anyway, Nako, the aim for tonight is like we are going to have a very like relaxing macam chill punya session. We are going to be having everyone to share what we have to prepare for the first round for this interview. We just want to have the abstract ready. We're not going to go in deep into like writing the proposal, like each chapter, and we're going to do more like sharing. And Nako have done an excellent job for that. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi friends, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you Nako for initiating this effort. I'll be your host for tonight. And the plan for tonight is that we're going to do sharing session for applying for the permohonan Hadiah Latihan Persekutuan. We're going to use Malay and English so that everyone will know that is not really like have to be everything in English. And the aim for tonight is that for us to have what is HLP actually, what do we want to achieve and how can we go through that, because back then we have received tremendous support from the previous scholars, and this is like the payback to you guys. Like we're just doing what the seniors have done, and we help you. Hopefully when you have got the HLP, you will keep the tradition, share everything in your power, and yeah, that everyone get best more than five. Now is 8:36. I will just cordially start with Nako. She will be presenting on that. She have done the slides, and whoever have applied before, please do share what was your experience, what was that, and then like for any scholars who have received it last year or this year, same as like us, just do share. And with that, I pass the floor to Nako.
Okay, thank you so much. Ika, we call her Ika. For your information, Ika is doing master's degree, sarjana, the UIA, right? UIA in Dassel. Okay. So, and we have I think most of you guys are tonight, those of you had applied last year and will be applying again next year, insyaAllah. And kalau saya cakap laju, tolong remind, tapi rasanya okay kot.
Nako, I tak kenalkan diri I tadi, like,
oh yeah,
you go first. Okay, like, sorry, like I didn't introduce myself earlier. Thank you, Nako, for reminding. My name is Nurul Nakiah. I'm like Nako, I'm the recipient for HLP scholarship for this year, master. And I'm currently doing my master for research in IIUM, University Islam Antarabangsa, and I'm the only scholars who choose this university. While the others who got into master program, they go for UPM and also to UPSI. So, Nako, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ika. So let's dig deeper about this prep, HLP prep. You can call me Nako for short, but my full name is Nurul Nakiah. Cikgu Nako, macam tu je lah. Okay, alright. So I'm doing my cluster is kepakaran pendidikan. And if you ask me, I didn't even know why I chose kepakaran pendidikan. Okay, that I want to share with you. Sebab I don't want you guys to make the same mistake that I did. So I hope sharing tonight kita boleh help you guys out so that your journey to applying HLP 2022 will be smoother, much more smoother than us. Okay, so inshallah. Alright, so but those of you yang dah apply last year and are tonight with us, kalau sharing ni macam tak membantu sangat, I'm so sorry, but we are going to try to accommodate. So I got this content kind of engagement ni daripada DM di Instagram. So I asked what are the things that they want me to share. So most of them nak suruh share pasal abstract. Sebab for online application, you only be needing abstract sahaja first, and proposal will come later in April to next year. However, when you want to write abstract, you need to also know the whole plan that you are going to research on, right? Okay, so kita akan cakap pasal tu insyaAllah. And kalau ada questions, walaupun bukan pasal abstract or any question at all about HLP, just feel free to ask any of us. We will try our best to help. Okay, so let's carry on. Lama betul tak guna Meet ni? Seriously. This is my first time using Meet after coming
Welcome
here.
home, Nako. Welcome home, Nako.
Oh my god, I know. So, rasa macam tukar background tu dah macam kekut sikit.
Kan.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so basically, those of you, but silap gila.
You punya trademark, Nako.
I know,
Betul.
sorry about that. Okay, siapa yang belum familiar dengan HLP and this is your first time applying, welcome to the club. Okay, welcome to the club. We are welcoming you guys to join our band for HLP scholarship. So it's a scholarship that is only offered for government servants, which are teachers. And the best thing is, paling best sebab kita hanya compete against teachers sahaja. So teachers memang ramai di seluruh Malaysia kan, tapi at least tak masuk penjawat awam yang lain lah. So memang khas untuk cikgu. So I think it's the chances for you to get to be selected is quite high actually kalau you know the tip and tricks. Okay, right. So ramai yang tahu HLP is HLP, but you don't really know what are the subs under HLP. And me and my friends, we only knew this lepas kita dapat kit HLP yang senarai courses tu. So we already got that for last year. So I think I've shared the PDF with some of my friends. Kalau nak, nanti boleh tinggalkan email kat chatbot, nanti kita email ataupun maybe we can masuk dalam Google Drive so that you can tengok research siap-siap. Walaupun application buka 24 hari bulan 12, right? Lagi 2-3 hari, 4 hari. Tapi I think best for you to sort of like survey dulu. Kan? Window shopping, what cluster you want to choose, and then what bidang you want to research on, and cuba tengok tally ke tak kan, sebab kadang-kadang dia ada pertindihan, okay, overlapping in terms of cluster and courses that you want to take. Sometimes you might think researching contohnya kalau nak research pasal what was it, can you give me something? Okay, e-learning. It might be in TESOL, sometimes it might be in some other cluster. You kena check that one. Sebab pemilihan cluster sangat penting pada tahap pertama ni, fasa 1. And if you think you hantar abstract lain and then bila lulus into interview, datang dia tak tally, okay, I'm afraid there might be problem as well. Sebab dia memang pilih kita berdasarkan apa yang kita tulis pada abstract. So you need to know the whole plan. That's what I'm saying. Kalau ada soalan boleh tanya je. So we are so chill tonight. So just abruptly interrupt kalau ada question. Okay. So we have number 1. We have HLP CBBDB. Okay, CBBDB nama skema dia lah. Okay, kita panggil HLP tapi nama betul dia cuti belajar. Okay, biasiswa cuti. Sorry. Ika, help me. Cuti.
Sorry, I was apa dia?
CBBDB is cuti
bergaji penuh tanpa beasiswa kalau TB.
Dengan beasiswa.
Nampak,
okay,
kita ada backup kita.
TB tanpa beasiswa, right? So this is just that. Okay, this one 2 from 5 ni macam master dengan PhD lah. So kalau buat PhD part time 5 years, master 2 years, PhD full time 3 tahun. Okay, untuk sarjana unfortunately tak ada overseas offer. Dia hanya sarjana dalam negara 2 tahun. Okay, tapi I'm going to share you juga alang-alang kita buat HLP punya proposal ni. Jangan stop dekat KPM saja. Okay, so I want you to open up your choices untuk MARA dan juga a few other scholarship yang lain. Sebab I think don't limit yourself to, memang kita nak apply HLP aim kan, tapi alang-alang apply tu, apply lah semua macam tu, macam tahu rezeki dekat kau mau buat scholarship ke, rezeki dekat travelling ke, okay, we're gonna talk about that juga at the end.
I think I do agree with you, Nako. Sorry to interrupt. I think I do agree. Sebab when you plan your thesis, you should have the continuity tau. Whether you want to pursue your PhD or not, that's a different story. But you just as if that this is like something that you want to continue with to your PhD level, so that you aim high and you take it more seriously for that, and they can see your effort.
Exactly. Right. Good point. Yeah. Exactly that. Okay, so HLPS is part-time. Separuh sambilan atau separuh masa. This one sama juga, kecuali dia apa yang bezanya, tak ada beza pun. Okay, kecuali you still get, okay, when I say allowance, one off ni maksudnya allowance buku, allowance perpindahan, kalau overseas baju pakaian panas, and then thesis, conference as well. Conference ada sekali saja. So tip dia, conference tu pilih jauh sikit. Okay. Pilih yang luas jauh sikit. Okay, sepada. Okay, this is new. Okay, siapa yang mendalam ni berminat nak buat dia cikgu AADK kat sekolah ke, or you memang berminat untuk research pasal budak, you ada ajar budak pemulihan, contohnya hari geni, or you've been teaching kids that requires rehab ke apa kan yang melibatkan dadah, ataupun around that area, okay, sepada is the right choice for you. Don't go into HLP. Nanti bila you pilih dekat program, dia akan keluar HLP, CBBDB, CBBTB, HLPS, sepada IR 4.0. Okay, pilih sepada. Chances are you are going to be selected 100%. Sebab last time masa kami diberi taklimat untuk tawaran ni, sepada memang dia kata so far memang dia memang KPM nak sepada sangat-sangat, sebab benda baru kan. So kalau apply je confirm dapat, dia kata. So jadi dia encourage kalau ada cikgu yang nak, okay, terus apply. Sepada means nanti you guys akan see dan kit it's about pemulihan. So kalau you are researching about, contohnya topik would be if probably you want factor macam attention, apalah, ikutlah macam ada program pemulihan, okay, dia lalui program intervention tu, and then see what happens to performance academically ke, kita boleh research on that. And maybe you can research on faktor kenapa pelajar terlibat dengan dadah, ataupun faktor kenapa, faktor family ke, social economy, kind of thing, you can play around that area. Okay, unfortunately it's only about drugs, I think. Kalau mental health, I'm not sure. Mental health is not yet there so far, but you can try. But I think it's a bit risky because you are putting sepada as your program choice, so dia akan limit sikit. Kalau memang drug, so I would recommend. Tapi kalau yang macam sama-sama not into drug sangat, maybe you want to go into HLP, okay, ataupun CPP, HLPS, okay. And then tapi untuk sepada dia tak ada overseas PhD, dia semua dalam negara, okay. The IR4 is you know what it stands for, so Industrial Revolution 4.0. So mostly ini like the VAT, okay, and then we have going around the area, okay, the VAT, and then yang ke arah tu lah revolusi industri, kind of thing kan. So it's more like technical things a bit, but if you have a knack on that, go ahead, okay. Sama juga PhD ada overseas. In fact, one of the overseas HLP applicants yang dapat pun memang memang ada ni satu, okay. And then TB, okay, TB ni I think, okay, kalau ni pun rezeki sebenarnya dapat TB ni, sebab ni kan what happened was ada dalam 118 orang, is it correct, Aika?
I think 153.
Okay, 153 orang, sorry, I remember 153. 153 applicants were offered CBBTB tanpa beasiswa. Okay, maksudnya no tuition fees. Okay, maksudnya yuran tidak dibayar, kita kena bayar sendiri, tapi gaji jalan, cuti pelajar dapat. So you guys will bercuti, but gaji yuran tu kena bayar sendiri. Tapi okay, kalau katalah selected and you are offered this TB, jangan decline dulu. Okay, sebab sometimes kita tak tahu rezeki datang kan, rezeki datang bergolek kan. So what happened was last year yang 153 applicants tu yang di offer TB tu, okay, at some point dekat akhir-akhir bila nak hantar borang perjanjian, kerajaan, KPM, MOE luluskan 153 tu kepada DB. Nampak tak rezeki diorang? Okay, so it was Friday I think that time. So memang rezeki sungguh lah.
Yes,
So
Friday
nampak tak?
memang rezeki hari
Yeah,
Jumaat kita panggil.
so jangan rasa macam kurang ataupun rasa macam I'm not good enough sebab dah di offer TB tanpa beasiswa, so I have to pay still. Actually it's still a rezeki, and jangan decline selagi you do not confirm that how to say yeah, it's a bit risky kalau you nampak your chances is for marah lebih tinggi. Okay, I would maybe you can consult someone and then talk about it. If you memang betul-betul sure, boleh go ahead and then proceed with para ke apa ke. Tapi chances are agak tinggi untuk your TB jadi DB. Jadi I would say stay put. Okay, alright.
And may I add for
Yeah,
HLP? Okay, just to add on to what Nako have said, because look, this is a sharing. So what will happen is that first thing yang you kena tahu, you just make sure that you are applying to what your major is, your qualification is, because that is the first thing, like the first thing you have to consider. For example, like this is the learning lesson that we got last year. Just make sure that when you apply, so example kita TESOL. Okay, so kalau kita TESOL, if you want to go to do counselling, for example, you are interested to do educational psychology. Okay, I give this like very logic example. What happened this year? So when you wouldn't have any problem applying for the first stage, but the problem arises when you are actually at the interview session. The interviewer will ask you, kenapa you kerja mengajar cikgu bahasa Inggeris, graduate cikgu TESOL, you apply untuk educational psychology. Why? We want to fund you. Why the government want to invest in you? We have other people who are actually qualified for this. For example, you want to do something that is related to education, but it's not directly to English. You have to make sure that you have to have the mindset macam ni tau. You want to try your best not to upset them, so make sure that you are applying to what you are actually qualified for, that you are really in your bidang. And then number two is that you have to have this mindset, you have everything, you just need their money. Like, just fund me, I'm good, like I have this one, I have this research, this is very good, and kindly consider me. This is such a waste if you don't consider my proposal. You're going to be benefiting everyone, especially whatever stakeholder that you are looking for, then that's it. So yang tu yang I nak tambah lah. So proceed.
Okay, thank you. Yes, good point, Ka. I'll comment on that when we reach further section. Okay, so I think clear, but don't worry if you're confused. Sebab okay, so, the key point here, the takeaway here is that I don't want you to get confused with the courses. Sebab nampak remeh tau online verification ni, sebab it will actually influence whether you are going to make it to the next stage or not. Nampak simple, but I really want you to be so sure at this point. Jangan sampai jadi macam ni, yang macam apply je, sekadar apply kan. Lepas tu bila dapat baru freak out. I don't want that to happen juga. So exactly. So is it worth applying? So I think this is just to convince you that it is worth applying. So basically you are here already. So
and aku actually, for example, even though that you're not planning to apply this year, you want kat ni macam your like training session, this is like for free. You just go there, just go for it. You will never miss anything. Rugi kan?
It's a learning process. Yeah, it's an experience that matters. So pergi je ambil experience. So niat nak belajar kan, niat nak belajar, dapat tak dapat tu lain kira. I think it's a chance to grow academically, professionally, and then banyak career path that you can go after this. Walaupun di Malaysia macam still stagnant in terms of PhD ke master di sekolah kan, tapi that's okay. I think all of us yang ada dalam ni 24 orang ni, minus me, 22 minus me, I think you are all already ready to apply. So inshallah we'll make it. Have a breather. Okay, breather means I think I got this from a friend punya quotation. Is that sometimes you need to get away in order to get a new perspective. You know what I mean? So kita kena lari sekejap daripada sekolah untuk kita bugarkan ourselves, untuk keep ourselves insane to be a better teachers for the long run. So you need a new kind of perspective. So kita keluar sekejap dari sistem, not really run from system at all, but you take a step back, a step outside, be an outsider, research pasal, be a researcher, masuk balik, you have a different perspective. And inshallah, it will make you a better teachers, it will make you a better educators in the long run. Okay, so worth applying, definitely worth it. Okay.
Definitely go for
Definitely
it.
worth it. Okay. Okay, so just technicality, ni yang kena ada masa nak apply. Kalau boleh, sebabnya, okay, from what I remembered, online application dia tu dia macam tak fancy sangat. Tak fancy as in, kalau you don't have everything that you need to have at that point and then you go back. Contoh, for example, you dah sampai stage isi maklumat peribadi kan. Okay, and then the next one, you will ask about maklumat akademik. So academic, you will need your SPM. So ada seja SPM, you will need kalau buat master dan nak apply PhD, master. Kalau ada degree. Okay, kalau boleh ready kan siap tepi tu semasa supplies, because kalau you back, kadang dia safe tak safe tau, sebab there will be, especially kalau buat last minute macam I did. Masa tu orang dia berlumba-lumba isi, so sistem dia akan jam. You know lah kan sistem kan? Okay, so it will load, unload. So it will be at some point, kalau appetite tu 5-6 kali hilang, dia akan jadi macam stress juga sebenarnya. Okay, so kalau boleh have it ready next to you, so it will be a smoother application for you guys. Untuk master kena umur 45 ke bawah, PhD 50 years old and below, semua kena 3 tahun ke atas. So tahun keempat tu boleh apply. So meaning kalau you are in your third year next year and you are applying and your application got rejected, no hard feeling because you didn't fulfill the basic requirement that they need. Okay, so tu kena faham lah. So boleh mencuba boleh, tapi chances is that dia akan tengok pada minimum requirement dulu. So basically ramai 4 tahun, 5 tahun. So kalau you dah ada untuk master, nak apply PhD, you have been sponsored HLP before tapi nak apply lagi untuk PhD, kalau your master HLP tu baru habis 3 bulan ke 4 bulan macam tu, kena tunggu gap setahun baru boleh apply balik. Okay, kalau you guys dah lebih setahun, okay, you tahun ke-24 boleh apply balik. Okay, macam itulah dia punya tempoh edah dia kan. Okay, and LMPT, okay, you heard miss, because it's 22 punya application, so you kena ada tahun ni lah. So ni kena ada and pastikan markah 85. I think semua orang markah 85 kot. So kalau markah you ada contoh 92, 84, 91, boleh apply ke tak? Okay, I think apply je. Asalkan you fulfill this one and then contoh this one tak macam ada tu sikit, tak rendah daripada 85 1 tahun tu, I think give it a try because sometimes sebab year of service tu masih kukuh kat situ. Okay,
I
so
think
just
if even if you have like, may I add, if you think that your pengetua give markah rendah like 80 something, but you still 80, just apply je. Sebab we never know, because we know that every school they have different management.
Yeah, that will be under ketua jabatan kan, jadi ada a bit of
sebab ada sekolah
grey
yang
areas.
sebab ada sekolah dan pengetua yang memang they very strict. Ada yang dapat 82, 83. I know that many areas, many students, many teachers are having that. But you know what? Just apply. You never know.
Okay. This one I want to go really quickly. I don't want to go into this, but I already mentioned. Dia tengok je. Exactly. Ya, kalau dah sambung pun boleh ni ya, boleh apply untuk HLPS. Tak ada masalah. Okay, HLPS untuk yang dah belajar contoh satu semester dah sambung, belajar bayar sendiri, self-sponsored, you want to apply, yes, you can go for HLPS. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to go really quickly. This one, I will share you the PDF later. You can have a look. Don't forget to leave your email ke kalau takut kata orang miss. Okay, dekat chat box. Okay, mesti isytihar harta. Okay, yang mana ada Ferrari 5-6 buah tu, okay, isytihar. Okay, they need to know that. There is a basic syarat juga. Kalau isytihar tu must be recent lah. Okay, kalau you guys isytihar tahun pertama tu kena terbalik lepas 5 tahun tu. Okay. So let's go with the main thing.
You can just leave your email here. I will make a list and I will send it right to Nako.
Yeah, thank you, Kak.
Yeah, I will do that.
So I know it's a bit irony to start with the don't. Let's start with the negatives one first. Baru kita pergi pada apa kita buat. Okay, so the don'ts, if you are applying this year, you can hear me well, right? Sebab I'm switching on
Nako, you're loud and clear. It's strict here.
Alright. So if the don'ts for tonight, not for tonight, for the application is number one. Okay, when you are writing an abstract, please write a concrete one. Maksudnya abstract tu kena ada clear maklumat yang apa you nak buat. So apa masuk clear, okay, nanti kita tengok structure dia. Okay, so and then sometimes bila kita plan, and then because the gap between online application and the actual interview is quite a month, right? So 3-4 bulan gap. So possibly that dalam 4 bulan tu awak kan, you guys kan tengah memandu, tengah driving nak pergi MACD, tengah nak buat pertambahan kan, datang idea baru, isn't it? So datang idea baru, so lari pada your actual abstract. Okay, so what do we do? Right, kalau that happened, do not run away too far from the cluster that you are applying. Okay, so pastikan dia dalam scope yang sama. Okay, but you can tweak here and there about the whole research thing, the proposal, but that's why kita kena fikir jugalah. That's why saya nak share PDF tu pada you guys sebelum you guys apply, so that you can really think about it. You know what I mean? Topik semua tu. Okay, number one, do not give them a vague non-academic abstract. So when we talk about abstract, it should be academically enough, that they know, academic enough that they know what you want to do, methodology, what you hope to achieve, what are the novelty ataupun suggestion yang boleh diguna pakai KPM berdasarkan what you want to do. Okay, and of course you want to know whether it's quantitative or qualitative punya studies. Nanti kita tengok nanti. Alright, carelessly feeling, inilah. Okay, this is what happened to me. Sebab kalut punya pasal
But where
apply.
you are now, I think that's
I
a
did
beautiful mistake, Nako. I think, yes, that's a mistake, but you have to admit that you do work hard on it. And sometimes our mistakes can be something beautiful that you never know where you end up to. Because you intended to apply in Malaysia, and then you got salah isi borang, salah isi cluster, lepas tu terlepas ke UK. I think there's a nice thing to put that. But
I
you do
think it
work
was
hard on that.
Yeah, I think it was luck, but I really don't want you guys to buat apa yang I buat. Okay, so what happened to me, kalau you don't mind me sharing, was, okay, I know school can be so hectic. So I hardly had time to sit down and think about macam nampak iklan HLP tu di mana-mana kan, orang share dekat Telegram, orang share dekat Facebook, tapi kita tak sempat nak duduk and really think about it. So what happened to me was, tarikh tutup tu, contoh tarikh tutup bulan 1 kan, so I applied sebab tanya kawan-kawan, okay, dia ada isi, ni dah isi, okay, kau kena isi juga macam tu. So I sat down the last day of the application submission tu. Masa tu tengok dah sebelum tu, tengok gitu-gitu je, tapi tak tengok PDF yang cluster banyak-banyak kan. So I didn't really study that, I just pergi terus pada apa yang nak contoh. So that's why I said study dulu, sebab there will be overlaps and you might be, you might be thinking whether should I choose this or this, dia ada macam tu. So I didn't do that. I straight away went to nak buat ni lah, nak buat, masa tu jadi master trainer kan, so macam okay lah nak research pasal training lah, CFR training and all. So I terus pergi pada yang mana menunjukkan dia ada training. So it was professional pembangunan kurikulum, pembangunan kurikulum. So terus pergi dari situ. Padahal ada lagi satu lagi pembangunan kurikulum juga, tapi kod lain, nampak tak? So I don't want you guys to jadi macam tu. So kalau boleh tengok betul-betul, especially kod dia tu, jangan kadang beza satu nombor masa key in pun main peranan tau. Okay. So study that and then isi baik-baik dengan isi awal. And then send only one application. Kalau ada minat 4, pilih satu je. Okay, alright. So they will only do that. The do is okay, again, go through. Now, plan research ideas. This is what we're going to do after this, exactly. And start writing. Okay, start writing means abstract tu, kalau boleh you just scribble je somewhere what you have in mind, and then put in words. I think it's really important to have it in words, sebab kalau kita duduk sini tak tulis, dia lain sikit. Kita faham dengan mata dia tak tally tau kadang-kadang. So you kena betul-betul tulis and have someone to refer to. You always can email me. Should be available. Ada email saya bubuh dekat tu kan. Okay, so you can email any of us yang HLP applicants ni, ataupun siapa yang ada dalam group ni, kalau boleh buat support group, it will be super awesome. Support group means you know that you are applying, stay through it to get until the end. So apa-apa share, discuss, give and take.
I do agree on that.
Okay, and then okay, untuk yang nak apply PhD, I think some of you are applying for PhDs. You can start window shopping for your preferred unis and supervisors, be it in local punya uni ataupun supervisors. Kalau boleh start apply, maknanya hantar application kepada universiti and dapatkan offer letter. Okay, wajib ke tak dapatkan offer letter untuk interview? It's actually not a requirement, tapi inilah dia macam gini. You come to a driving JPJ test kan. Datang prepare tapi tanpa apa-apa, gitu je lah. So it will give them the panel some sort of assurance that you are ready for it. So kalau boleh buat sebab ni awal lagi, so buat. Okay, apply uni 3, 4, 5 apply je. And some uni they have application fee, so that one you have to tanggung sendiri. But I think kalau local dalam tak mahal mana, tapi kalau anyone nak buat Cambridge agak mahal dia punya application fee, and it will gonna be burnt to kita kira sebagai fisabilillah je lah. Okay. Niat nak belajar kan. Okay, so come to Bristol, I'll be here. Bristol, Birmingham, Cambridge opens throughout the year. Okay, you can start applying. And then early birds catch the fattest worms. Most juicy worms. Okay. Lagi ada soalan tak kat sini? Apa lagi yang you nak kena buat? I have one question from Cikgu Cenat. Okay, kalau kita ada tulis abstract and ada tajuk tiba-tiba nak tukar, okay ke? Macam mana selepas dah habis HLP tu betul ke atau ada efek kenaikan pangkat kita nanti? Sorry. Okay, good question. Okay, I was saying that yes, dalam beberapa bulan online application dengan interview memang akan ada percambahan idea, right? Percambahan idea. That happened to me as well even now. Dah masuk dah satu term kat sini pun idea tu dia macam tu memang ada, especially kalau jenis was-was macam ni lah kan. So memang ada. So don't worry, as long as yang penting kita pegang sekarang, that's why kena tahu minat dan apa you nak research tu, cluster. Pergi pada cluster yang dalam PDF tu, kod cluster dia, bidang dia. Bidang dia ada sub pula, sub tu based on bidang. So kalau boleh pegang bidang tu. Okay, jangan lari pada bidang sebab bila you pegang bidang, sub tu akan bercambah from time to time. You can play around within the area. Macam ni, I ambil pembangunan kurikulum. Kepakaran pendidikan, the cluster besar. So kepakaran pendidikan luas, dia ada banyak lagi. So one of the bidang is pembangunan kurikulum. So pembangunan kurikulum banyak. Dia ada teacher training, dia ada pre-service, in-service teacher. Dia ada a few more, saya lupa dah. Tapi you can play around the area, nampak? Okay, so boleh gitulah. Boleh at least kalau deviate pun still dalam bidang yang sama. Sebab kita tak nak lari bidang je, bidang cluster tu. Okay, so you can still do that. And kalau dah daftar di universiti nak tukar tajuk, okay, this is heads up untuk walaupun tak kena dengan abstract, but I'm just gonna share with you. Okay, what happened is, okay, KPM you have to know it's a government punya body kan. So dia orang sangat strict dengan pemilihan bidang you. Sangat strict. In fact, kalau you salah pilih bidang dengan topik yang tak teli dengan topik ini, dia akan reject mentah-mentah no matter how good you are. That happened and I've seen it worse. I don't want that to happen you guys. Sebab jangan bazirkan your intelligence, jangan bazirkan masa, jangan bazirkan energy pada benda yang you boleh elak awal-awal. So avoid that. Okay, kita tak nak menangis pada, I mean I know because I've seen friends yang memang proposal dia sangat-sangat super. Tapi just because, okay? So we don't want that to happen to you. So pilih bidang yang betul-betul tally dengan apa you nak research. And once you dah diterima, dah di offer biasiswa HLP ni, okay, katalah dah masuk interview, dah lepas interview, dah dapat offer pun. Surat conditional offer letter daripada KPM mengatakan awak dah lulus scholarship ni. Okay, kena attend induksi, Okay, lepas tu bila cakap dengan SV kata tukar, kita buat benda lain. Kan? Sorry Terengganu sikit. Tukar, kita buat benda lain, dia kata. Macam dok best je topik ni, dok trendy je. Okay, so your SV wants you to change. Again, you cannot run away from the cluster, the bidang. Although you and SV have a mutual agreement dan nak buat benda lain. Daripada ICT, nak buat kepada sepada. Lari kan? Lari sangat tu. Ataupun kalau kepakaran pendidikan nak buat pergi PDPR lain. Cannot. Okay, cannot So, tapi kalau dalam PDPR tu boleh play around je. Macam TESOL kan? Ramai nak buat TESOL. You can still play around with the English, writing, listening, reading, you can go with that. Let's still dalam PDPR test. PDPR dengan PDPC sama je. Just term saja. So
And
jangan
may
lari
I
kelas. Yeah.
for master macam PhD dia punya requirement dia I think is a bit
Thorough.
strict. I think it's very thorough. I think for master you don't have to worry that much because it's not as difficult as PhD. PhD I would say that it's a bit more tedious. Of course lah sebab you got PhD kan, that's only the logic. Tapi untuk master, my cadangan I lah untuk tajuk kan. Okay, saya baca soalan. Boleh cadangkan research area untuk test course for PhD.
Boleh. We're gonna do that in a bit.
Okay, so I cadangkan untuk yang plan idea tu dan aku cakap those tu, plan your research idea. Sebenarnya macam for me kan, we always think that macam sebelum I apply pre-HLP, I selalu fikir that mesti macam something very bombastic, something very wowing the you know, the stakeholder, and then you think sometimes we have this doubt that what we did, what we have, the idea that we have is not good enough. Okay, macam for me, what I did was how I get through my research idea is that basically I got the idea from my pedagogy sebab I memang pergi PDP dan my topic was on writing. I've concentrated on that, and to be clear with you, I focus on writing anxiety on secondary school students in Terengganu, and that's what I have developed that. And I think my background on teaching the research topic as well, I think I only realised that daripada I mula kerja dulu, I kind of involved with action research tau. I didn't know that how much it helped us to actually come with the idea to do this. Whatever problem that you see in the classroom, management, curriculum instruction or whatever it is for students, pedagogy, macam saya tengok, this is something that you want to solve in the classroom. That is actually your idea for your research. And I used to ask one friend, tak bodoh sangat ke idea I ni sebab I nak buat writing, everyone does writing. Bukan macam sangat klasik, sangat macam boring, semua nak buat writing. And then dia cakap, why do you say that? If your idea is still relevant and then the problem still exists until now, it is always relevant. And tak ada idea research yang terlalu tak layak untuk anggap sebagai idea yang bagus. And action research is a very good exercise or idea that you can go through first bila you nak dig into your research topic. So that will be my advice. That's just what I did.
Yeah, there's no such thing as well, all research is research. Okay, all research is interesting and they have their own value. So kalau rasa macam kita kan, personally I like to compare myself with others as well so that we know where we are. So contoh if I'm doing writing biasa-biasa je kan, so macam orang tu buat gini, wownya tangan tajuk pun macam nak luar jantung, debor kan. So tajuk pun macam wow, so kita macam rasa mine is so average. So will I make it? Don't worry, as long as you know how to really like go into methodology and do your research, should be fine. Okay, should be fine. That's the purpose here. Kita nak tukar, there's no such thing as researching. Dia tak semestinya tajuk tu kena trendy saja. Topik tu kena benda yang in the trend. Contohnya PDPR is in the trend because it's transition between traditional learning to remote one. So memang something yang kita nak shifting online. That's trendy, yes. Tapi doesn't mean that if you choose that, you're going to be accepted. You're going to be offered scholarship. Nampak tak? Dia, at the end of the day, dia back kepada apa yang nak buat, macam mana nak buat, and how does your proposal justify that throughout. Okay, so it's more about clarity and coherence actually, and then how you really pinpoint that and present. Kalau PhD, present dalam 15 minit interview tu. So impress them. So how? By going to the bits and bolts on that. Okay, so jangan bimbang pasal topik tu menarik tak menarik. You can make it. Okay, kalau topik tu rasa macam dah lama research, for example macam ni, saya buat cascade training. Cascade training ni training kita buat kalau siapa dia pernah jadi master trainer ataupun trainer, ni kan dia bukanlah okay, at first saya ingat tu cascade tu sebab saya master trainer juga, so I was thinking that nak research lah, so kita nampak betul je kan, tu perspektif kita kan. Sebelum kita buat research kita macam nampak satu mata je, I mean from specific perspektif saja, dia agak tak open kan, so we nampak kekurangan, so we want to research on that, more like some research. Okay, so nak buat macam ni kita fikir how can, for my proposal tu actually I'm researching bukan cascade model tu macam vehicle sajalah, tapi nak tengok pada teacher professionalism tu. Macam ada sebab saya perasan tak sampai info tu dekat sekolah, tak berlaku percambahan practices in classroom tu. So kenapa? Kenapa? Kat mana yang salah? Macam nothing kan. So what happened, how can it be undone ataupun redo ke apa ke? So nak tengok kat mana silapnya. So I'm choosing on that. Kita tengok pada cascade tier training tu, daripada 2 orang jadi masuk district, masuk sekolah, masuk in-house training. So kat mana nak fokus. So it's a bit abstract really. Bila datang sit down belajar baru macam macam apalah benda kan. So it's a lot. So don't worry, I'm here and we are all here to help you at least tak lost sangat bila nak buat proposal. Okay, so but first you have to know how to do abstract. Okay, and the abstract is because it's a summary of your research. Okay, impress them within the limited word counts tu. Okay, so kalau abstract berapa panjang, berapa perkataan, okay, starting pada tahun lepas, diorang tak bagi lagi tu lebih panjang. Sebab dia tak nak baca. So banyak application, beribu-ribu application sebenarnya. So you have to really impress them within that 250 words and below. Do not exceed. Sebab kalau exceed pun tak boleh nak continue, dia memang dah limit tu. So tak habis.
Nako, can you let them know what is needed for the abstract? Ke ada slide nanti?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, sure.
Okay, alright. So ni general dulu. Okay, so 250 kalau boleh, that's why kena draft and proofread and improve. So although macam nampak simple, one paragraph saja, but I think to me, you really need to send a polished abstract. Okay, how to do a polished abstract? What are the criteria? What are the requirements yang kena ada? I'll show you in a bit. Make it cohesive.
Yeah. Sorry, ada soalan. Ada tak tempat ke nak rujuk tajuk-tajuk PhD yang high demand? This is an excellent question. Thank you, Cikgu.
Okay, good
Cikgu
question. Sorry, Cikgu?
Cikgu Cenat.
Okay, same person. Thank you. Okay, I would recommend you to go, nanti saya akan type dekat, okay, let me type now lah.
Ni tak sekarang lah, nanti I record je. I just like copy balik apa yang you bagi tahu tu and I will make it nicely.
Wait, where is the Google Meet? Okay, because I don't think you can get access from here, but what you can do is tengok, sekejap saya search dekat ni, saya bagi link terus.
Okay, while on that, Irma Farida tanya, Atika nak tanya, Atika buat writing fokus tentang apa ya for master ke PhD? Saya master, saya memang writing. Actually saya guna ni je, pedagogi dalam kelas. Saya tengok pelajar saya ni daripada, I have been teaching like more than like 5 years. Lepas tu, bila you mengajar dekat, I mengajar dekat Setio, rural area, in Setio in Terengganu. Jadi macam sepanjang tahun tu, macam the only, and I ajar pelajar SPM, and the only constant problem that we have every single year is that writing, they have writing performance. So macam I have this writing strategy, I cadangkan guna dalam kelas, and then that writing strategy tu I propose sebagai idea untuk help them in writing. But masa tu tajuk I writing anxiety tu tak wujud lagi tau. Only when I pass my interview semua tu baru I jumpa, oh rupanya aku buat pasal writing anxiety, which is a very is a recent topic, recent focus. So macam tu baru datang writing anxiety. Sebenarnya saya guna tajuk saya writing strategy for to help improving writing performance for rural secondary secondary school students. Rural upper secondary school students, sebab I mengajar tingkatan 4 dan tingkatan 5. So I guna tajuk tu, I fokus pada PDP. Benda yang I buat, benda yang paling I yakin nak buat tau. Yang lain macam I tak yakin sangat, that you do whatever that you have the best interest of yours. Lepas tu you ambil tajuk yang memang seumur sangat you buat dengan budak, yang you tahu that you go to that area selalu, tapi tak perasan betul benda tu boleh jadi topik untuk you guna. So go for your interest. And okay, Nako I have the link. Yeah, thank you. Aku dah nampak macam familiar. Semua orang, muka familiar ni. Like semua orang muka bergerak. But I hope that will answer the question. I'm doing master, so Nako PhD. So I can focus sharing sementara Nako share bahagian dia. Apa yang I tambah, apa yang melalui master yang berbeza sedikit, I akan tambah lah. Macam tu.
Okay. Alright, okay. The one that I share dalam chat box tu, okay, yang first one tu UKM, Khidmat Online. Okay, cumanya, how to say this? It's a question of quality. Okay, kalau boleh pergi pada Scopus. Okay, kalau siapa yang buat master, nak buat PhD, you know what Scopus means, right? So Scopus means, I think I've shared 4. Tiga ke bawah tu, link tu, itu memang Scopus. So they are very, very high quality punya journals, index journals, and memang tapi limited access saja sebab not everyone in Malaysia ada access to it. Tapi try guna MOE. I think MOE macam access dia macam agak tu juga. But UKM though is the one that you can always refer to, tengok topik trendy. Cuma I have to say that some of the papers are not quite how to say. Dia kadang sebab gini, dia it's between this is a sensitive issue to touch on, but yeah, just for the sake of giving you caution, be careful with the one that you see online yang tak ada benchmark in terms of publication tu. Maksudnya ada yang proceeding. Kalau nampak proceeding tu sebenarnya proceeding tu dia buat sekadar nak lulus assignment, requirement, SAM kind of thing. Okay, tapi tengok pada kriteria yang bagus kan. So tengok pada ni, kalau sebab bila proceeding, kalau you follow dia punya methodology tu takut salah. You know what I mean? Takut tak tepat. There are better ways of doing it. So nak selamat pergi kepada yang Scopus ataupun Index Journal. But UKM Gemma tu memang ada yang quite okay lah. Okay. So boleh tengok. Ni kot okay. Tapi basically yang I'm sharing today, abstract kena ada benda ni. Okay. Kena ada benda ni. Okay. Number 1, you have to have background. So topik apa? Macam pembukaan ayat tu. Kan? One line saja. Okay, just one line. Contoh you buat writing macam Atika said just now. So you can say lah, second, teaching writing as a second language learners have been one of the biggest not problems, biggest areas. Challenge, okay, one of the biggest challenges in teaching English as a second language. Gitu lah, contoh you play around, kan? So you play around with the introduction and make sure you have objective. Okay, apa beza objective and aim? Let me just, okay, sorry, I should put my pen on. Okay, so objective and aim is a bit, okay, aim is more general. Aim lagi general pada objective. Dia macam to research on writing for secondary students. That is aim. But objective is more specific than that. To research on the use of copula be, the use of verbs to be, the use of prepositions in narrative composition. Nampak? Dia lagi detail pada tu. So kalau boleh go pada objective sebab abstract kita limited word saja 250. So kalau boleh masuk ke objective bukan aim. Okay, so lagi detail, nampak kita nak buat apa. Contoh kalau you guys bagi topik, can you give me topic so that I can give you beza aim dengan objective? Ada tak? You guys nak fikir-fikir nak buat apa? You can unmute yourself, share the topic that you plan to do, dan kita boleh pull ideas. What is the difference?
Okay, soalan lagi, Ilma Farida. Nako I, Nakiah, if possible, can you suggest as the most wanted topic by KPM? Okay, yang ni kan, I baru kenal benda ni bila I belajar masuk kelas tau. I macam, kenapa lah masa I apply dulu, I tak dapat benda ni. Like, if I will know to how to go for this, masa I apply tu, macam I rasa, maybe like I can do better, ataupun I can like, tak susah sangat pun, tak terlalu memeningkan kepala. Cadangan bila Nako cakap go for high quality journal tu, okay, bila you tengok dekat journal tu, dia dia cuba tengok number citation. Bila ramai orang cite, ramai orang gunakan reference tajuk journal tu. Contoh I pergi writing anxiety tau sebab that's my area. Kenapa I cakap I baru kenal writing anxiety as my tajuk? Rupanya aku nampak writing anxiety ke? I tak tahu that term sebenarnya sampai I cari. I jumpa language anxiety. That's very general. Tapi bila I baca journal tu, I baca, dia ada kelaskan writing anxiety, listening anxiety, speaking anxiety. And then, ini ke rupanya tajuk yang nak buat. Dan bila I masuk belajar sini baru I tukar tajuk jadi writing anxiety. Actually, it's just my writing performance. So macam mana I tahu? I go for this recent, cari journal yang paling awal. Nako berapa lama dia punya recent tu daripada 2011?
If possible within 5 years.
Within 5 years. Sorry, within 5 2011.
Tapi sometimes you want to research benda dah lama tapi nak perbarui, nak tengok gap in literature, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing. Macam Ika dia pilih topik yang
my Hello, mine is writing. Writing is very classic tau. Sebab ada tanya soalan ni. Writing is very
Writing is
classic.
IT, yeah.
It's
It's classic,
always
yeah.
like writing. It's a classic. Okay, contoh. What's nak Muhammad masa ni lah lupa. Howard. Okay, writing anxiety dia punya kepala dia, payung dia adalah language anxiety. Yang kenal benda ni adalah, yang jumpa benda ni adalah, salah seorang dia adalah Howard. And 1957 something, tapi dia the pioneer. Macam kita lah, kalau kita jumpa bapa dulu-dulu macam Allah Akbar, reading skill tu Brown, ingat tak? So pioneer for reading skill dulu Brown. So lagi apa lagi, theory of education tu kan, semua tu selagi mana orang yang mempropori tajuk ataupun teori itu tidak diganti, tidak ada orang baru yang membaiki, yang memperbarui teori yang diorang sampaikan tu, selagi itulah kita akan gunakan. So macam writing very classic daripada 1957, but how big the research tu, dah berapa banyak cabang dah pergi. So bila I baca journal pasal language anxiety, kat bawah tu baru I jumpa, oh they go for topik yang lagi kecil like writing anxiety. Maksudnya tu ada gap. Writing anxiety tak ramai orang guna, tak ramai orang cari dari segi kualitatif. Banyak yang buat research dari segi kuantitatif. So mungkin awak nak buat language anxiety juga, tapi awak tengok yang quantity yang ramai buat ke kualitatif yang ramai buat. So awak guna yang paling tak ramai orang buat. Yang tak paling ramai orang buat tu, contohnya kat luar negara dah buat dah writing anxiety. Dekat Malaysia dah buat, dah high school dah buat. Macam I check untuk I punya, I baru perasan yang universiti dah ada orang buat kajian dekat situ. College dah ada. Sekolah rendah tak sure. Tapi kalau sekolah menengah and rural area tak ada lagi orang buat. Yang buat adalah speaking anxiety. So this is something that yang kat situ baru I jumpa. Dan macam mana nak tahu benda ni? You always have to write tau. Macam I selalu simpan dalam telefon, dalam handset I selalu catat just so that I ingat. So macam dalam notes ni, I always have either folder I buat for HLP, sebab I'm not someone HLP So I ada buat satu folder kecil HLP, whatever idea yang I jumpa, kalau I tak sempat jumpa buku, just catat dalam tu. So that kat situ bila you baca, macam aku cakap ni kan, you kan jumpa gap. Gap itu adalah apa? Gap bermaksud apa lagi yang orang tak pergi cari. Dan you gunakan yang tu sebagai basic you, foundation you untuk you mulakan tajuk. Okay, talk too much, that's all.
Yeah, true. And then adding to that, to what Ika has just said, which is very significant, is that kita boleh replicate studies. I think I commented in the chat box. Replicate means you bukan tiru, tapi you tengok orang macam mana previous tadi buat, and because you found the gap in Malaysia, you found the gap in your context, you nak buat dekat konteks you. Of course, you kena tweak here and there dari segi sampling, dari segi methodology, maybe kita tengok pada kita second language ni, maybe yang buat previous tadi tu native speaker ke, so kena ada cara lain kan. Tapi topik is menacing, nampak tak? Sebab you found the gap. Okay, it's really important to find the gap, sebab kata bridging the gap, mind the gap, kalau London tip tu kan, okay. Tapi macam mana dapat gap tu? Dengan membaca. How to membaca? The easiest one is dengan link yang saya bagi tadi, or paling easy baru saya fikir tadi is Google Scholar. Okay, Google Scholar, go klik kat Google Scholar, dia ada ni tau, dia ada extension dekat tu. I think it's quite easy for you to add on the Chrome punya extension dekat your search engine kalau using Chrome. Kalau guna Safari boleh tambah yang Safari punya, and then search from there, and do not go, kalau nak tengok paling recent tu topik yang baru orang buat. But I always think that kalau nak tengok dari segi quality, go for relevance. The more people cite them, the better. Maknanya memang reliable lah dia punya research tu. So orang memang refer pada dia. Dia tak guru orang kata. Kan tak guru. So go for that untuk tengok dari segi arrangement, methodology, semua. Tapi kalau nak tengok daripada topik apa, selection apa, you can go for the tahun tu. Okay, kalau recent 5 years, within 5 years punya gap, punya range. Jangan lebih pada that. And one more thing is, okay, after this, we are going to talk about whether you are going to do quantitative or qualitative. Apa tu qualitative and apa tu qualitative lagi. Kalau boleh, nanti research bila you do the screening of your reading tu untuk tengok your topics and research area, go straight away pada qualitative or quantitative. You can get this from the abstract. Okay, so tak payah baca paper tu full, penuh, tengok abstract je. Ni quant saya nak buat call, okay, dismiss. Walaupun topik sama. Nampak? Okay, so, or you can read tapi tengok, tukar, tweak dia punya methodology tu. Okay. Right, untuk master, I think you don't have to worry so much about this, but I'm talking from PhD experience, so siapa nak buat PhD, you might want to put some energy, put some perspective into this. They really they really care about your the way you want to carry out research. Sebab PhD sangat memang penyelidikan sahaja kan. Okay. Kalau PhD, master you boleh pilih mixed mode ataupun, okay, sorry, dalam Instagram post saya kata ada 3 coursework. Okay, so I was answering from the uni perspective, bukan di HLP. So sorry, pembetulan I stand myself corrected. 2 saja untuk HLP master, mixed mode dan penyelidikan. Tak ada coursework. No coursework. Okay. So kalau coursework tu kalau you ambil bukan HLP tak adalah. Uni memang cover, tapi kalau dapat scholarship HLP memang tak ada. 2 saja. Untuk PhD memang full research. Okay. Material and method. Okay, no need material sebenarnya. This is method. This is methodology. So yang hijau ni macam mana nak conduct. Okay. Sorry ni topik ni memang agak scientific punya ni, sebab I didn't have time to sit down and write yang personalized punya, but I'll show you in a bit what are the ingredients for a good abstract. So these are one of them, and there are more slides. So kalau boleh nyatakan macam mana nak collect data. Okay, so how to layer them out. Okay, I'll show you in a bit. Tapi ni contoh dia lah structure paling common untuk semua.
Aku.
Yeah.
I nak tunjuk sikit like the contoh jurnal yang diorang boleh tengok, and then like just focus on what they can go for. Looking for the gap. Should I share nanti?
Okay, sure. When I finish abstract, is it okay with you?
Okay.
Okay. Alright. So kita habiskan ni and then we can go to that. Alright, no worries. Okay, and then finding. Okay, untuk findings, sebab you guys baru nak buat kan proposal, so there will be no findings. Okay, jangan reka pula findings sebab kita tak buat lagi, kita hanya propose. So this is the difference between abstract punya application dengan abstract punya research yang dah lengkap. Okay, sebenarnya dia agak kelakar sebenarnya because people don't usually send abstract untuk a proposal sebenarnya. Tapi tak apalah tu, because HLP dia nak tapis kan. So sebenarnya kita tak we don't do abstract, sebab abstract ni untuk research yang dah lengkap sebenarnya, tapi tak apalah, we avoid this one. Okay, sebab jangan buat. And then tenses yang you guna kat sini mesti present tense and future tense. The study or the research will focus on, the research will aim at or aim in apa ke, the research will hope to find, the research identifies, the research examines. Dia kena guna present tense or future tense, jangan guna past tense. Past tense tu untuk research yang telah lengkap. Okay, alright. So conclusion ni adalah, okay, conclusion tukar kepada novelty, kita tweak sikit. Okay, so this is, okay, alright. Okay, again, this is the one, sebab kalau you tengok online, nanti kalau boleh pergi pada Google Image, mostly memang abstract hanya untuk penyelidikan yang dah lengkap, but for the sake of HLP, dia nak kita buat abstract untuk application kan. So this one you have to change lah, tweak sikit. Okay, tweak ni, so abaikan yang ni, jangan nanti tengok dalam Scopus pun dia akan dah lengkap tau, so you just ignore this. And okay, yang ni boleh pakai lagi sebenarnya. The finding of the study, contoh itu kah, the finding of the study, it is hope that the finding of the study will inform. Okay, bagi spesifik. Inform siapa? MOE tu general. Bagi spesifik lagi. Who are the specific teams in the MOE? Is it PPD? Is it JPN? Is it school teachers in rural area? Is it counselors for disability students? Okay, so nampak, you have to be specific in which people you want to impact with your research. So kalau you are doing counselling, okay, you want to inform MOE. Kalau kat JPN, I think dia ada satu team yang memang counselling kan. Okay, apa nama, wallahu alam, minta maaf saya tak tahu kan. So you mention that. Kalau English could be, is it team of SSIC Plus? Is it team of ELTC, English Language Teaching Center? Is it ELSQC, quality control yang buat soalan yang lembaga peperiksaan? Nampak? So you have to know who are your target parties that you want to impact. Bila you detail kat sini, they know that you have give it like a deep thought about what you want to do. So bukan macam simply, so nak buat research, therefore MOE akan dapatlah benefit dia. Dia bukan macam tu. So you know who your target audience, who they are. So I think dia akan maybe macam meningkatkan chances for you to be lepas untuk interview, insyaAllah. Okay, not just selection for online but also interview. So be specific. Who are your audience yang you nak impact, novelty value tu. Okay, so kalau PDPR, nak buat apps ke, you nak buat design based approach ke, nak buat module ke, so you can buat lah. It will impact teachers and students in Peninsular Malaysia, rural area yang tak ada access to internet, ataupun students yang ada limited access to gadget and all, blah blah blah. Okay, detail. Okay, again present tense and future tense guna kat sini ya. Right, yang ni tak apa because dia dah cakap pasal research lepas, so you can mix tenses. I think all of you know this. Okay, ini saya tunjuk ni. Okay, this is the one that I managed to squeeze in this morning. This is actually the abstract for my paper that I published in 2020. But trust me, it's not that good pun. Tapi buat sekadar publication untuk UKM. I did my master in UKM. So ni 100, no, it's below 250 words. 100, 205 macam tu. Okay, so background info yang kuning. Okay, problem statement and gap. Okay, nampak? So you play around with the build cohesion. So you play around with the commas, you know, okay? Play with the cohesive devices, tambah-tambah bagi nampak ada link. Aim and objective, sebab saya dah siap buat research, so I use investigated. But you can say the study investigates, or the study will investigate, will research on, will examine, will explore. Banyak kan boleh tukar. Perceptions of teachers. Okay, perception ni topik paling famous lah. Kan, nak buat perception of teaching English using Zoom, blah blah blah. Perception of teachers using medal and mission as a feedback tool in narrative composition. Okay, nampak? So detail tu. So you know the specific area that you're going to. Kalau you buat pergi topik ya. Kalau you buat leadership at school, perception of apa tu kita panggil KB, KP dengan AKP. So dia apa nama dia? Is it like staff sokongan dengan guru akademik Okay, so okay, English term, okay, on school culture leadership. School culture leadership. So you nak tengok skop sekolah saja, tak masuk luar. Okay, so there are few things you can tweak about that. And then yang colour kelabu ni is my methodology. So again, I use past tense because it's already happened. But you can, kalau proposal dia akan jadi macam this study will use, will adopt, will employ, will use, will adopt, will employ, will use multiple case study. Okay, I can put qualitative study here, tapi because I'm doing PhD, I want them to know that I'm using specific approach, so I put a multiple case study. Kan, kalau you guys master tak perlu bimbang pun, master saya rasa boleh je pergi quant atau qual, tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau PhD you have to be specific. Kalau quantitative apa dia? Okay, I'll show you the list apa tu quant, apa tu qual nanti, you can tengok. Okay? Kena study sikit lah I would say, kena harbour effort sikit kat sini. Right, okay, again, factors that affect teachers' knowledge, belief and correction strategies. Okay, these are my, let me just highlight. Okay, these are my instruments. Jadi how I collect data. So saya buat triangulation. Tapi tak semestinya kena triangulation tu wajib. Sometimes one way of collecting data pun boleh, tapi kena ada justification kenapa. There are no.
Can you explain this triangulation for them? I think not everyone is familiar with triangulation.
Okay, good. Triangulation is satu teknik di mana you nak hasilkan research yang finding dia gini, you know, finding dia yang dia boleh kesahan dia tu, kepercayaan dia tinggi. Maknanya bukanlah cikai punya study. So memang ada you memang betul-betul you memang betul-betul ambil data yang reliable and valid. So one way of doing it is by combining tiga, dia macam triangle kan, segitiga bermuda tu, okay, tiga cara untuk collect data. So yang ambil daripada think gelap protokol ni, it's like you record, you ask teachers to record themselves. Masa marking tu dia kena say it out loud, apa yang dia fikir. You know what I mean? So contoh kalau saya marking say, even in BM or English, this student I already taught them past tense, why salah lagi? Okay, Because we nak tengok tally ke tak dengan finding kita dapat dekat semi structure interview ataupun and student essay. Ni student essay. Okay, so tu adalah triangulation. You boleh pilih je nak benda, nak buat interview, focus group atau observation, you can play around. Tapi ada 3 triangulation. Kalau tak nak guna triangulation, there are other ways lah sebenarnya. Tapi ni untuk PhD level lah. Kalau untuk master kau nak buat pun boleh, that good. Memang siapa nak buat research master tu, go ahead, this is the right journey for you. Kalau nak buat mixed mode, saya rasa tak perlu detail macam ni. Okay? But it's a good way to kickstart your research kind of shoes in. So insyaAllah. Okay, tapi saya rasa kalau yang dah buat nak buat PhD, you basically familiar with this. Okay, cuma my problem was me and one of the teachers in the room, we did our masters in mixed coursework and mixed mode. Jadi kita tak ada pengalaman buat research. Okay, kalau boleh, kalau you ada masa, ada kesempatan, follow mana-mana online YouTube sharing, Zoom sharing yang daripada prof yang seperti Dr. Oti, ni sama you know kan, Dr. Osman Talib, Dr. Fahana, Dr. Tava. Okay, so boleh follow diorang punya sharing, tengok macam mana the basic kind of qual ni. Tapi tak wajib pun, but I think I find it really helpful untuk follow diorang. Tengok, okay, gini buat rupanya kan. So kita tak tahu kan, dia belajar. Okay, yang ni adalah finding, so you don't have to do this. Okay, nampak tak? Bila you tak ada finding, bila you tak ada finding, dah hilang, hilang separuh word count kan? Kan hilang separuh word count. So what can you do about this? Nampak ni dah hilang. So nak isi dengan apa? Okay, so I think you can provide more info here dekat background info. And so instead of giving 1 line, probably you can write 2 lines, 3 lines dekat problem get semua tu. Boleh spend on that. Bagi conceptualize dia lebih detail supaya nampak kita punya structure tu. Sebab you dah tak ada finding, sebab finding belum buat kan. Okay, so you can do that. And of course yang merah ni adalah novelty. So this is very important. Okay, they need to know why your research matters. Why we should sponsor you to do this study. Cakaplah apa implication dia, apa benefits yang you boleh offer pada pendidikan, bidang pendidikan yang you nak venture in. Okay, right. Okay, saya dah bersama ni, oh my god, sorry. Okay, so methodology ni saya agak spesifik.
Okay, ada soalan tak? Sementara Nako pergi ke depan tu, Nako kalau cakap dia memang kena berhenti macam bulat tau. Tut. Nanti korang tak tambat. Okay, at this moment ada tak soalan you all nak tanya? Santai-santai. Tak ada Okay, let's continue.
Is it okay? Is it too abstract or is it too technical?
Of course, I think if it is the first time, you might think it's a bit scary, tapi kan?
No, it's not scary at all. Trust me.
Trust me. I was the scariest person to apply. I mean, I think my confidence level was like 0, like negative. Sampai masa I apply kan, I tak berani beritahu seorang manusia pun, kecuali mereka-mereka yang memang kita orang buat team sekali. Satu benda macam bila aku cakap cari member, kita buat sama-sama. You don't have like to be in a big group. I think I'm so blessed sebab member yang I kawan masa kerja, kita buat kerja sama-sama tu, it just happen that kita orang rupanya ada minat yang sama, nak sama belajar. And we like team up, duduk sama, team kita orang kecil je, tapi from that macam we help each other and that somehow your confidence level develop. Tapi takutnya ya Allah, tak boleh nak cakap. So having macam kalau you selesa lah, kalau you seorang tak apa. So masa tu I memang tak beritahu siapa-siapa. Yang mak tahu mak I, kawan I yang apply, that's it. Even sampai I dah dapat yang betul-betul tahu pengetua. Bila I dah betul-betul rapat, baru kawan I yang lain tahu. So yeah, it's okay to be like scared. I think that's normal. So just do it.
True. I hope whatever we have shared today bukan like menambahkan lagi ketakutan you all. No. I hope it will be more motivating.
Tapi bagus dengan aku. Sebab you ajar like apa macam yang bagi I lah. Kalau I letakkan cara macam I ni yang budak yang baru nak belajar nak masuk. I think this is a very good exposure. Nampak macam serius tapi this is malam ni tak semua kita akan faham. But for sure bila kita tengok balik benda ni, recording ni, you will go step by step. Macam tu.
So true. Knowing Nako, I know how fast she can be. But the thing is, I think yang what scares me, especially for me, for the most thing is looking at how
Tak dengar
diverse
Miss
things
Zo.
can be and Sorry?
Miss Zo tak dengar.
tak dengar.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
okay.
Looking
Nice.
at how diverse education can be, it is a bit scary because it can be anything under the sun, kan? So sebab itulah yang
Exactly.
macam ramai orang akan tanya macam-macam tu.
Even actually masa I apply, masa I dah dapat baru I tak tahu actually masa for my master untuk thesis sebenarnya very demanding sebab ada orang pernah tanya, how do you get this? How do I know? I don't know. I mean I thought like I failed that I screwed my interview tapi
Exactly.
sebab to be honest masa dah keluar interview tu session macam I 50-50 and then we don't have any hope. We just take it mungkin kita dah buat
We were
kan,
so hopeless. We were so hopeless to the point that, okay, that's all. Kita dah memang tak ada chance. Jom kita pergi makan. That kind of thing.
and I think we did like we shed some tears kan. So tapi kan
It wasn't good.
you go je. I rasa kadang-kadang bila orang cakap ramai tak dapat, susah nak dapat, macam even I baru tahu macam TESA punya cluster ni susah nak dapat sebab ada orang tu dia cakap dia dah 3 kali apply dia tak dapat. So bila dia tukar cluster dia ambil technology, technology, she did technology in classroom ke apa, I think something to do with technology, she should go for e-learning something, then baru dia dapat. Tapi dia tak boleh specific TESA tu. So I don't know, you just go ahead with whatever means that you do and redah je, go je. Nak dapat,
Yang
tak
penting,
dapat.
ya betul. Okay, I think kalau you rasa macam you dah apply kat ni kali keempat you apply, yes, tak dapat, and then you want to trying new bidang, new cluster, what you could do is, I think kalau rasa macam just because tak dapat nak apply new bidang, okay, kalau you think it's worth venturing, go ahead. But if you think the problem lies in the way you structure your research, probably you want to look into that rather than changing 360 punya degree. You know what I mean? Maknanya macam kadang kita rasa kita clear dah, nampak? Yeah. We think it's for us, but actually when other reads your work, dia ni macam tu, dia macam tak clear. So okay, kalau you have that doubts, you think you need help, you can approach any of us in the support group, PM any of us. InsyaAllah we will try our best to help you guys tengok dari segi perspektif panel, dari segi perspektif outsider, whether this is clear enough. Kalau tak, kan macam mana improve. Okay, don't worry, we are here to support one another.
Korang lagi satu kan, lagi satu before I forgot. I think one of the thing is that you keep asking. Don't think that your question is bodoh-bodoh tau. Sebab I masa tu memang muka tak malu. Saya tanya semua orang yang I rasa macam orang tu, I tanya orang yang pernah belajar, orang yang dah belajar, orang yang apply, orang yang dapat, orang yang dah apply banyak kali. Tapi banyak antara salah satu orang yang I tanya tu, I closely consult. I memang consult. Sebab kita tak tahu kita buat betul ke tak kan. Remember I buat action research. So I dengan SIC plus tu daripada I mula kerja first year, I memang lekat dengan SIC plus tu. Dan macam mana I boleh masuk dengan team research. Sebab dia masukkan I dalam action research team dekat Setio. So daripada tahun tu memang ikut je lah dia bawa gimana ikut je. Tapi what I know that is that you can also always consult your SIC plus. Mine is Madam Mazima. Excellent. And then I tak malu juga, I pergi cari SIC plus Kuala Terengganu. Ada yang I kenal pada Marang, dia macam dia orang kesal-kesal. And then ada yang dah dapat HLP, yang ambil bidang lebih kurang. I Google tau, like this Mr. Google memang awesome. And then and then that's how you can actually get you what you want to do. Maybe you're on the right track, tapi because you're self-taught kan, and then you just keep on asking and then you consult people. So I think that the confidence will build from that. Gitulah.
True. Yeah. Actually, there are plenty support system. Macam Ika cakap, which is good. SIC plus, kalau you have colleagues you yang dah buat, kalau you nak buat master, yang dah buat PhD, you can ask them because I'm sure they have, walaupun bidang lain macam prinsip account ke, ada yang buat biology ke, tak apa, tanya je because kita nak tanya untuk structure kan, untuk abstract tu macam betul ke direction kita nak pergi. So tanya je. Okay, that one. SIC plus, mana-mana support system yang you boleh approach je. Masa ni kita redah je. Yang penting kita dapat tu yang penting. So jangan malu bertanya. So just ask. InsyaAllah. Tak apa. It doesn't matter whether you know or not. It's about effort tu. InsyaAllah mana tahu one of the usaha that you buat kan. Dia tu dia punya blast kat situ dapat rezeki kan. InsyaAllah. Amin. Okay, so what you're seeing now is a beza between quad and quad, just for your information really. Kalau I think you guys tahu ni. Untuk master, let me just quickly go through it so that kita boleh fokus pada topik-topik ataupun question Q&A. Kalau boleh more on Q&A so that we can answer what you want to know. Okay, kalau master, I think it's suffice kalau you buat macam ni je. Quantitative, qualitative, you don't have to really go into apa jenis qualitative study, apa jenis quantitative study you nak buat. Kalau you boleh, good, better. But kalau tak boleh, just that should be enough. Sebab kalau takut you terlalu ambitious tapi tak sempat nak research betul-betul, you akan cakap qualitative study tapi non-experimental study, dah gali kubur sendiri, you know what I mean. So macam dia sangat luas tau benda ni. Research method ni memang benda yang bertahun-tahun you belajar. For me pun memang rasa macam kan, jadi faham.
Nako, Kuan dengan Kual pun I kenal sebab masa lagi interview tu baru I kenalkan kuanti dengan kuali kan. I don't know that.
In fact kan, saya kan, my personal ni, okay, masa interview nanti, there will be 3 panels. There will be 3 persons as a panel. Seseorang tu memang dari Kesantan University ataupun Institut Pendidikan yang memang pakar dalam bidang metodologi. So kalau ini I'm talking about PhD, so I was entering PhD. Tapi kalau Atika akan share untuk master nanti. Kalau PhD, what will happen in the room, there will be a panel, ada 3 orang. Okay, 3 panel, so gender tu memang random lah. Tapi one of them adalah pakar dalam penyelidikan, research. So they want to know your research method, align ke tak align, research apa you nak cari tu kena tak dengan cara you nak cari, that kind of thing. So benda yang kita tak tahu. So memang kita masa tu tak apply je, tak tahu pun. So panel number 2 is for me it was the because I was applying for cluster kepakaran pendidikan. So one of them is really experienced people on dasar pendidikan. Kelakar sangat yang ni sebab I didn't even read on dasar. Memang kena sambung lah cerita dia. Memang kena tembak lah cerita dia.
Can you share more on that? Sebab I suka part ni. Because you memang kena hentam kan. You remember when you went out from the room, I can like, kita orang macam like, we almost like bawling macam, tak apalah, like, I know because you were shattered. Like you were, masa tu dengan kau masuk pendrive lagi, can you briefly share dengan orang part tu? I rasa macam it worth knowing sebab even though we are uncertain, we never know at the end what happened.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Because maybe actually the final decision whether you lulus ke tak interview. Okay, of course performance masa interview tu main peranan, sangat-sangat main peranan. But it also matters your proposal. Nampak tak? Macam mana you tahu through and through your proposal. So I think benda yang saya nak pesan kat sini is untuk interview, of course you performance interview, but sometimes things happen that you might not be able to perform well. So me glitches slide tu makan masa, and then I was so nervous. Lepas pada tu nervous macam tak boleh bercakap, nervous dia, and then masa tak cukup, I only presented 3 slides out of 5. Tak sampai pun separuh nak cakap pasal apa nak buat tu.
And then you got cut off kan, in the middle of your presentation tu you got cut off several times, isn't it?
Memang disaster, yes. It didn't, I put in the pen drive. So you guys, dia akan sediakan laptop. You guys hanya berbulan pen drive masing-masing, cucuk, dia papa dekat slide kan. Okay, tapi masa my turn tu, I was second. Cucuk tu, dah bunyi
sabut
kan.
Tak jadi lah.
Lepas tu tak keluar-keluar bila klik present tu. Dah
masa tu you ada 30 minutes je kan? You dah like 5 minutes ke time you buang masa? 15?
PhD we are given only 15 minutes. So the moment you masuk, letak cucuk tu, dah berjalan dah. Macam tu, dah slide, dah tekan tu, dah berjalan dah. So keluar tak keluar, it's already like time is ticking, you know. So for me, I lost about, I would say 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Banyak. Rasa macam tu memang dah berpeluh-peluh, dah macam banjir dah masa tu nervous. Sebab I couldn't speak at all. I couldn't speak. The panel offered me water bottle to drink.
Nak air tak? Like this macam
like drink sangat tengok ni. Nak air tak, dia tanya. Oh my god, madu betul. Masa tu memang dah tahu dah takkan dapat. So after I know, I was so
convinced, you macam yakin betul, yang confirm. Oh my god, I just
rasa macam dah tak ada hope nak dapat tu sebab dah habis masa kat situ je. So finally I realised that memang tak dapat ni. Okay, kita buat fun je. Fun tu I didn't rely on the screen. I ambil marker pen, macam cikgu betul lah, ambil marker pen, conteng dekat whiteboard. Dia ada whiteboard biasa. So it was Institut Pendidikan Besut, IPG. Dia kan buat kat IPG biasanya, zone-zone kan. So conteng je. Lepas tu in the end, I think like I tekan balik dia punya kabel ke apa, keluar lah. Okay, so keluar and then keluar kat slide. I just continue kat slide yang mana left, tapi tak sempat habis. So okay, if that happens, and it might happen again, it will happen again in the future. for any of your interviews, tolong pastikan proposal awak yang awak akan print tu kepada setiap panel. So kalau ada 3 panel, buat 3 copies, binding comel-comel. Binding ni je, pakai binding yang nanti kita tunjuk nanti. Kita akan buat second session, don't worry,
sebab tak
untuk
cukup ni
proposal.
first session ni sekarang
Ni memang
lagi
tak
4
cukup.
minit, 6 minit pukul 10 ya. Orang
Ya,
kerja
kita tak nak
esok.
masa lama. I thought it's cuti.
Cuti. Oh, ya Allah, sorry korang. Oh, you guys cuti.
Terkejut.
I'm so sorry. Okay,
wow.
sorry. I salah.
You know, Ika dia terlalu dedicated.
Yang kerja esok. Okay, sambung.
I'm working tomorrow, so
I'm
yeah.
working as well.
Okay, so yeah, kita akan buat that one, kita buat basic.
So
kita buat
apa pengajaran aku? Apa pengajaran nak cover ke dia orang based on your pengalaman?
Pengajarannya is
pengajaran
you have to prepare a very good proposal and know your proposal through and through. Maksudnya kalau dah jadi apa pun disaster kat interview tu, rebook ke tawaran ke, you can still present walaupun without slides. Don't depend on your slides. Don't depend on your apa yang nampak. Here, it's all here. So you have to know your proposal through and through. That's why kena tahu apa you nak buat, macam mana nak tu. So kena practice juga lah. We did some sort of practice of presenting. Many practices. A lot of practices we did that. So yeah, I hope that helped.
On my part, I think master dia lain sikit. Macam Nako punya seram tau. Even I was like, Nako? Were you for real? Okay, masa tu I dengan kawan-kawan I lah, like we as 2 of us got the first session together. So macam kita orang sama. Ni gang jugalah. What I love about our friends is that there's no competition spirit. Macam takut mu dapat, aku dapat tak. Like we are very clear on our intention that kita nak buat yang terbaik dan make sure that semua orang dapat. So with that clear mind and aims, so we just help one another in criticizing, giving ideas, presenting. Even member kawan I dekat sini, Mr. Pravin, dia dah buat masa dulu, kita orang memang rujuk dia, Pravin, how can we do this? Jadi cikgu kejap kat kita orang semua, boleh tak? So you know, we just ask everyone. Okay, tapi masa pengalaman I masa master tu, okay, lain. Ni nak cerita sikit lah, dia ni masuk level kedua, level apa? Saringan kedua kan, masa kita dah dapat interview semua ni, just sharing lah macam nak bagi tahu macam mana kan rupa dia macam mana tu. Tapi masa tu 5 orang. Group interview, okay ni cerita tahun sebab setiap tahun dia berbeza. I tak tahu tahun depan akan macam mana. Maybe different tapi tak dari jauh lah. 5 orang ahli panel. Masa tu semangat ni, ada dokumen, like kita kan kena sediakan 5 dokumen untuk our proposal masuk dalam ke plastik tu. Masa tu diorang, kita kena bagi dekat setiap seorang panel, diorang akan baca. Only that folder tu. Dan folder lagi satu I bawa adalah certificates yang tebal, ya Rabbi, yang tebal gila. I was like, mesti dia nak tengok certificate kita macam mana kau buat ni, macam at least you have something. Segala certificate daripada kita mula kerja sampai sekarang kita niat dia nak tengok. But you know what? You prepare tebal-tebal tu, dia tak tengok sikit pun, you kena tinggal. I masuk, I cerita, masuk scan QR code tu and then dia kan grouping kita ikut siapa yang masuk sekali. Macam group pertama mungkin 5 orang pertama. It was my time lah, okay, 5 orang pertama dia masuk group sama, siap-siap dia standby. So I dengan kawan I masuk group sama and then kita orang masuk dalam tu wait dalam group ramai-ramai tu semua orang situ lah tunggu. Masuk dia panggil, okay, masa tu kita orang first group yang dapat. First group, bayangkan cuak sangat-sangat and masa tu I didn't sleep at that night, I think.
Within.
I want to give credit to Miss Alia juga sebab dia yang tolong masukkan segala borang I dalam file apa semua. I memang tak buat, my friends help me to masukkan file, susun borang apa semua. I think I tak tidur langsung. Malam interview tu, I think I wasn't sleep like 36 hours I think. Tapi gila lah sebab masa tu my proposal was that bad. Sebab banyak kena ubah. Tu jangan buat macam I. Macam sampai last minute pun you still tukar. Tak bagus sebenarnya untuk kesihatan dan untuk mental you. Tapi my work was that bad. That's how it become like that. Cuma I faham I confident sikit sebab I tahu I nak buat apa. Benda yang I minat dan benda yang I suka. So I know it wholeheartedly tau. So you do something that you love. Okay, so yang tu. Bila masuk interview session dia ada 3 round tau. Okay, mula-mula tu kenalkan diri. First round I dah sangkut. I gagak-gagak. I don't know why. Sebab dia bagi masa 5 minit. Introduce yourself. You ikut 5 orang tu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I nombor 4. Okay. So dengarlah dengan sama-sama. Masa tu I tergagap. Like whatever that I planned, I just lost it. I don't know why. But I think I mumble macam tu. Sebab bila kita introduce ourselves, kita macam kena jual diri tau. apa yang paling bagus pasal kita. Tapi jangan dalam nada yang bukan riak, macam saya yang selamatkan gini-gini, tak boleh. Macam you kalau contoh you masuk macam dengan apa-apa, saya berpeluang menyumbang bakti sekian-sekian. You worthy, you kena jaga jugalah, tak nak macam bunyi macam you are like showing this is me, like I'm superhuman ke apa, tak. Tapi I memang sangkut first round tu, I couldn't do well, like macam I wasn't feel good. Masuk round kedua adalah proposal. That thing I think also because I did my rehearsal quite a lot, and then I macam I know macam aku cakap, sebenarnya apa yang you tulis dalam proposal tu, you kena tahu setiap huruf kataan you tulis tu, you know it well. Kenapa you tak perkataan tu? Kenapa you tak istilah tu? Dia akan tanya. So round kedua tu Alhamdulillah I did it macam I bercerita tu je, I bercerita pasal proposal I dan kenapa bagus I nak diorang ambil lah tajuk ni sebab I rasa tajuk ni bagus, sekian-sekian. Kesian tau budak-budak kat setiu ni gini. Tapi tak adalah cakap nada macam tu, but my aim is that this is something that I want to do for, you know, at least can help them blah 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 something ke apa. Tapi bukan kita nak cakap dia tolong, tapi actually it's more to me, kata we want as teachers, we want to improve our quality in teaching. How can we improve our professionalism through this journey of postgraduate study? So that's the aim that you have to be clear. And I kena hentam juga teruk bila cakap pasal methodology. I think, dia cakap, awak ingat senang ke nak buat quasi eksperimen? Ambil quasi eksperimen maksudnya awak ada buat control group dengan group yang awak nak tengok tu. Dia tak, awak ingat senang ke gini-gini? Macam like, I was like, yeah, I think I hope I can do it. But thank you for suggesting it. Tapi they want to see how well you deal with that kind of tough situation. Tapi aku tu, I bagi tahu you, like I did cry, I think. After some time, I think I rasa macam, Atika, you know what, I don't know, it's 50-50, but one thing I know is that you dah buat dah yang terbaik. Kalau orang nak ambil, kalau orang tak nak ambil, tak apalah, cuba lagi. That's it. So tapi masa tu masa yang diberikan aku 15 minit, sebab kami first group it was that 45 minutes. Sebenarnya 30 minit je setiap group, setiap satu orang tu dia bajet dalam 15 minit sebenarnya. So yeah, you have to know that the time limit. Macam tu lah. So that's it. Next.
Exactly. Yeah, I think
Ada
after all
soalan?
we are all teachers.
Wait,
So kalau
ada soalan. Syahin tanya, kejap. I rasa pasal the detail on the interview tu kan, kita akan bagi yang second session.
Yeah, there will be another session yang
so kita nak bagi lepas yang first session dulu lah. Kita bagi yang second session tu kita sembang minum kopi lagi. Tapi masa interview tu fully in English kan, I rasa dia tanya 2 bahasa. Bahasa Inggeris, bahasa Melayu. Dia kan tanyalah sila terangkan pasal diri awak. Janganlah bahasa Melayu. Kalau dia tanya bahasa Inggeris, introduce yourself. Bahasa Inggeris lah. Macam tu. Okay. Continue. Kita nak fokus first round dulu.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. Actually, memang banyak cerita menarik. Sebenarnya applicants yang apply last year dalam room ni pun they have plenty of interesting stories to share.
Betul.
Dan kita boleh learn kan daripada mereka. So insyaAllah nanti kita, I think Teacher Adalah, do you mind nanti at the end of session you share sikit kan? Just penutup nanti. Ataupun any of you yang okay, menarik tu. Alright, so saya just go through sikit lagi untuk abstract, untuk just kuan and qual. So far faham dah kan, abstract tu maksud you don't have to put findings, but sekejap saya besarkan slide. But you have to really convince them that your paper tu ada novelty lah. Tu agak penting. So kalau boleh novelty tu okay, at the end of the day, kalau you what I would look for is something macam kita nak cari kerja, kita employer nak interview employee. So you are going to look through CVs, isn't it? So you are going to look through CVs yang kita tak banyak CV nak go through. So you are looking, it would be very helpful to have applicants yang CV dia concise, simple yet very sophisticated kind of thing. Jadi macam like just sweet and simple but sangat-sangat organized, sangat-sangat detail. So do that for your abstract. 250 words but arrange it nicely so that it has, the structure is nice, flow is there, cohesion is there, you know what you want to do. Nampak? You put effort into thinking about it at the first place. So insyaAllah lepas. Cuma jaga jangan sampai you silap pilih cluster. That is the no part. Okay, silap pilih cluster means, okay, silap pilih cluster tak bermaksud awak tak lepas fasa interview. Sometimes dia bagi dulu sebab dia tak tahu, dia ingat itu yang nak buat. Lepas tu you will counter salah cluster bila dia akan interview you. That is apparently macam kena tembak lah basically. That what happened to any of us, some of us. Okay, so yeah, don't so be sure to think about it very thoroughly what you want to do. Kalau rasa was macam saya ni dari mana, boleh consult any of us. You can share actually dalam group support Telegram tu, nanti any of us yang dah pernah ada experience apply, kita akan respond. Okay, so yeah, insyaAllah. Okay, saya pergi laju. Just quickly on Kuan and Kual, yang ni, okay, yang hijau ni, sorry, yang bawah ni D ni, is actually, sorry, oh my god, what is this? Maaf. So D ni is actually untuk PhD ya. So kalau siapa nak buat PhD, so we expect you to come up with the very detail lah. So apa detail study you, kalau you nak buat narrative inquiry, qualitative study. So kalau mixed method ni nyatakan apa jenis mixed method yang you want to do, ada banyak jenis lah. So kena research sikit, kena baca sikit lah. And then kalau master should be this one, should be okay dah. Okay, right, this one pun tak perlu ni, ANOVA ni tak payah ni advance sangat. So you don't have to mention this. You cakap je nak fokus pada kuantitatif menggunakan survey ataupun questionnaire, Likert scale ke, that's it. Okay, untuk berapa orang? I didn't put numbers here. 80 students in Kuala Terengganu, 50 teachers, secondary teachers in Rawang, in Johor Bahru ke, ikutlah. Kan in MRSM, siapa yang ada from MRSM, kita nak research on MRSM zone timur or SBP zone ni, kita nak buat comparison between SBP, MRSM, government school, boleh, no problem. Okay, boys versus girls. Okay, so we are going to do primary research. Okay, so secondary means you tengok pada data macam student essay. So kalau boleh kena ada elemen secondary research and Kuan and Kual. Biasanya kuantitatif ni, okay, apa tu kuantitatif? Kuantitatif is actually you research based, you test the hypothesis. You testing the hypothesis. Maksudnya you nak tengok adakah faktor sosioekonomi mempengaruhi performance pelajar pada peperiksaan SPM terlalu tinggi. You nak tengok faktor sosioekonomi keluarga pelajar tu mempengaruhi tak performance dia pada PDPR contoh. Tu nak test ada apa tu pengaruh atau tidak. So dia antara yes or no. There's no grey area. It's better to test and tak. So dia memang more to Kuan lah. Okay, tapi untuk Kual ni you more into dia daripada action research actually. You more into mendalami isu tu. You nak tahu kenapa orang tu buat macam tu. So dia akan jadi, kalau topik yang sama, kalau tadi adakah faktor sosioekonomi kan. Now soalan dia akan jadi macam to what extent, okay? To what extent atau bagaimanakah, okay? To what extent or how does socioeconomic factors influence students' performance during PDPR ataupun during pandemic area, nampak tak? So you macam lebih kepada to what extent, macam dia nak kaji, dia bukan yes or no, dia more macam okay, apa yang menyebabkan, kenapa macam tu, dia more like Kual lah, dia more like questioning. So biasanya for me, master saya more untuk Kual. Saya memang, minta maaf lah, maths memang out, kita English teachers memang out kan, satu tambah satu 3 kind of thing, so memang out dah lah. So I did Kuan for masters, but for PhD, okay, gini, ni satu yang saya belajar lah, satu macam benda yang take away yang sangat important ni, I want you to know from now, walaupun you belum buat master, is that it's not about your preference. Of course at some point you akan ada favorite colour, merah versus hitam, putih versus kuning kan, you kan ada favorite colour out of 7 colours tu, pelangi tu, tapi it's not about whether your favorite option is Kuan or Kual, but it's about your research questions. At the end of the day, you kena tahu dua-dua. Nampak? At the end of the day, you kena tahu dua-dua. But untuk proposal ni, fokus pada yang you nak buat je lah. Okay? So kalau you think, macam ni nak buat PhD, I thought I have to know sebab I suka Kuan ni, tak suka math kan. Saya Kual je. So I buat Kual je lah. Baca tu je lah. Bila mari sini, barulah. Oh my god. Kan? Barulah masa kena kejar balik. Okay, I didn't know this. A lot I didn't know. So kena catch up balik. So basically, Kuan or Kual, pemilihan nak guna Kuan or Kual bukan bergantung kepada topik. Of course, topik tu dia sangat general. Dia sebenarnya bergantung kepada apa you nak research, question you. Macam mana you nak test ataupun macam mana nak kaji. Contoh saya nak kaji teacher professionalism. Abstract, nampak macam Kual, kan? Tapi sebenarnya dia mixed method. Kenapa? Dia mixed method is because I want to my finding tu saya nak tahu bagaimana cikgu develop teachers professionalism and agency dia dalam, as a teacher boleh buat training, dan melalui kasket training lah, dan how can school culture, leadership, SSIC plus semua tu affect them. Tu anda dapat nampak tak, saya ada cabang 2. So satu tu kual, satu lagi kuan. So bila you involve policy makers, you involve stakeholders, you nak data. So bila you nak data, you kena ambil kuan. Nampak tak? So I always prefer kual. Kalau boleh tak nak buat pun kuan. Tapi at the end of the day, you cannot do that because the nature of your research will need to be both ways so that your novelty ada. Nampak? So at the end of the day, pergi balik pada apa you nak research, kajian tu macam mana. So kalau rasa nak your aim macam ni, your objective, your research macam ni, memang kena guna kual with this. Okay? So kalau you PhD, apa kual you nak buat lah. Okay, kalau you rasa kuan, okay, apa tak kuan, macam mana comparison you nak buat, ataupun is it causal effect punya relationship. Okay, yang ni PhD kalau you rasa you tak clear, you can always consult me. Not that I'm quite pro at it. No, I'm no pro at all. Cumanya saya baru habis term untuk kuan. So for the basic tu insyaAllah I can try and help. Tapi kalau untuk advance macam Manova tu agak advance lagi. I have a gist tapi tak nak kira tak kerti lagi lah. But I have a gist of it. Okay? Right. Okay, so ni anda nak contoh qualitative research. Jenis-jenis dia untuk PhD. Blah, boleh pilih. Okay, case study paling famous lah. Okay, grounded theory pun paling famous guna IPA. Right, so narrative inquiry. And then phenomenological case study ni maksudnya dia lebih kurang macam case study, but phenomenological ni phenomenological ni macam you kaji. Contoh you nak kaji pasal CEFR for example. CFR right, English. Nak tengok impact guna writing band CFR tu ada impact ke tak sebenarnya guna A2, A1 ke cikgu ke mak ayah nak markah kind of thing kan, you nak tengok impact dia. So tu adalah kuan kan. So tapi you tak nak tengok how, to what extent it works. So dia kual balik. Okay, qualitative, so you akan guna phenomenology study, dia akan jadi macam ni. You nak tengok different perspective of different people. So you akan ada kumpulan cikgu, you akan ada kumpulan probably kumpulan PPD or JPN, you akan ada kumpulan mak ayah, you ada kumpulan students. And then you interview them ataupun you buat data triangulation ke between them, and then dari finding tu you akan nampak okay, what is the final, what is the overlapping pattern yang you can see. Tapi here jangan compare, tapi here you nak understand tu topik tu dia punya main dia punya ni lah, sebab qualitative, sebab you tak buat kuan, nampak so kalau you buat kuan you nak compare nampak tu. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, this is quantitative. So survey research encourage ni macam ni lah, causal and effect. Experimental research ni, experimental sampai nak buat modul. Contohnya dia buat modul speaking ke untuk SPM. So dia buat modul, nak tengok keberkesanan modul tu, you boleh buat pre-post and pre-while post punya structure pun boleh. Okay, test je. Sebelum ambil modul tu, gini markah ataupun gini performance dia. Lepas tu you buat ajar modul guna 3 bulan ataupun 2 bulan. Okay, you buat lagi test, result meningkat, result menurun. Okay, so tengok keberkesanan. Okay, now it doesn't have to be your research. Does come in. Sorry, I'm still, oh my god, sorry, friend. I'm still apa nak cakap tadi? Okay, your research doesn't have to be always positive. Maknanya dia tak perlu yield positive results semua. It doesn't necessarily to be so. Sometimes a good research dia ada negative finding yang dia tak expect. Contoh you expect that ada faktor penurunan peningkatan markah lepas guna modul, tapi turn out that pelajar tak meningkat pun. Okay, that is another way of a transparent research, I would say. A good research would admit the limitations and the true findings without adjusting the data. Jangan rasa takut kalau habislah fail lah saya, nak graduate macam mana sebab finding tak ada perubahan. It doesn't matter. Now, bila tak ada perubahan, it means that it opens up a new area for future research. Khabar? Okay, tak ada perubahan because of this. Kan? Tak apa, but okay, maybe next time you can research bigger sample ke, you can research using this style ke, nak bagi nampak ada tak tally ke tak kan. So you can do that, no problem. Don't worry about not yielding any good results out of your research.
To add some more about research ni, actually I betul-betul faham. Selalu kita ingat kalau buat research ni memang mesti result positif tau. Tapi kita macam ni tau, sebab nama pun research. kalau kita dah macam expect benda tu confirm jawapan research tu, jawapan dia punya result dia positif, dah kenapa buat research? What's the point? We never know. If we put our own perception into our result, memang kita boleh buat teori, tapi confirm ke betul ke? So we need to prove that. So the proof, kita cakap, contoh I cakap lah, writing anxiety ni, I nak kaji writing anxiety. Tengok-tengok, tak ada pun budak writing anxiety, budak confident je menulis. Alamak, tu macam mana? Scholarship macam mana? Boleh dapat ke tak? Research is still research. It can be a reference. Dekat setiap ni tak ada pun writing anxiety tu, tak payah buat lah. Buat dekat era lain pula. So macam tu. So it's always about the result, bagus ke, positif ke negatif. Result is a result. It's still significant and contributing to the literature.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, unfortunately, I have another appointment. Sekejap saya share possible area. I really have to leave dalam maximum 10 minutes. Is it okay? So kalau saya akan publish kat sini, so open Q&A sekejap, lepas tu I will leave it. You guys can stay with Ika and the other room to discuss, but Ika pun have a lot to share with really, because she was
whatever that is yang I need to know lah. I tahu jawab, kalau I tak tahu I will ask someone else lah. Macam tu.
I have appointment at the time actually, so check out dulu.
Gigi. You settlekan yours.
So okay, these are some areas that you can look into if you are interested. Tapi ni saya bagi topik keywords je lah. Kalau nak topik spesifik, you go to Google Scholar tadi, the one that we mentioned. Okay, so PDPR for PDPC, what you can do, possible research area would be e-formative assessment. Okay, e-formative assessment is, you know that we have been going into, Google Classroom punya ni, tapi is it satisfied enough? Is it good enough? Google Classroom punya feedback not enough? Okay, apa you nak buat? Okay, assessment. Macam mana assessment nak tengok e-formative? Okay, this one boleh bertengok pada, I think, negara yang agak okay, Australia, Finland, and Scotland. Very, very good e-formative assessment. You can look into that. Automated feedback. Okay, nak bagi feedback secara automated. I know sekarang dah ada apa orang kata, ready-made feedback kan. Turnitin pun ada ready-made feedback untuk pelajar, tapi kita, cikgu suka personalized feedback kan, kita nak detail. So is there any area that you can research on automated feedback, PDPR? Bila sebut automated feedback ni, dia adalah online feedback. Dia generate oleh, bukan cikgu tulis tangan, bukan cikgu type. So it's automated feedback. So dia menyenangkan guru. So it's possible area. Apps for learning, technique, text untuk effectiveness, you can do that. Perception paling famous, you can do that. Perception teaches on using English download textbooks for example. Tapi kalau boleh dalamkan sikit. Kalau boleh jangan pergi pada just perception, pergi pada dalam lagi. Perception tu nama dia, tapi you detailkan. Is it like gender perceptions? Is it like teachers years of experience perceptions? Is it teachers of different school punya perception? Nampak tak? So you go around deeper. Sebab kalau perception saja, dia sangat surface sebenarnya. Dia macam tak convincing enough. Dia nak tahu ya ke tak ya, gitu je dia macam surface. So you be more specific on that. Okay, kalau untuk TESOL, strategies to teaching always has its novelty all year round, all season round. Okay, memang sebab kita learning kan, dia more always modernized kan, so always the value is still there. Apps again, perception modeling. Okay, modeling maksudnya kalau you ada framework on how to teach TBLT, PDPR. Okay, one of my senior here, I think Atika's colleague, she's now 4th year PhD student in Bristol, now in Malaysia with writing part. So dia buat pasal PDPR, e-PDPR. Yang menariknya sebab dia punya research masa tu sebelum COVID datang. Okay, COVID tengah strike ataupun masa baru hawa-hawa lah. So dia dah buat pasal e-learning kan, e-learning tapi belum nampak lagi nak buat e-PDPR tu, PDPR punya tu. So bila COVID struck, what happened? So she tweaked her research into framework untuk PDPR, which is interesting really, because now kita mah ada you kena isi report kan, trams semua tu kan. Tapi yang tu adalah reporting. So kita tak ada teknik, tak ada framework khas di Malaysia yang menyatakan, okay, if you are teaching language, framework dia macam ni. Dia macam tak ada macam TBLT kan, step by step punya teknik pengajaran tu. PPP, dia tak ada tu. So I think she's looking into that. So which is interesting really, and very, I think the novelty is very I wouldn't mampu to buat that. So mine was cekak-cekak je, so just kind of thing. So memang sangat, so dia memang PhD punya research tu. Okay, so curriculum, kalau you nak research curriculum, it's rubric, boleh cari assessment rubric. Policy in education is very nice, kalau siapa yang involved suka nak question policy. Okay, but don't be ambitious in the sense that you want to change policy. Okay, ni kan tembak dengan panel biasanya kalau nak change policy ni. So be humble, but how to say, humble yet not diligent, persuasive in your proposal. Maksudnya you tahu something tak kena, policy, there are always politics behind it. Okay, so just for our discussion, policy is always there's a big mixture of politics behind it. So in a way, they have to sacrifice some sort of value when you want to implement those, right? So basically akan ada loophole dia. So you nampak loophole tu, you kata, okay, kita tak pakai policy ni, kita nak buat lain. You propose. Okay. To propose a policy requires a huge amount of money, cost, so that would be no. So, jadi apa yang boleh buat is cadangkan macam mana boleh realign policy. That's good. For those yang apply PhD overseas, you can read on, siapa yang nak buat policy, you can read on Aizuddin. Mr. Aizuddin, he's super smart. He's been sponsored by Oxford itself. Dia memang scholar Oxford, ditawarkan Oxford buat policy in education, dia buat STEM. So what he's been doing is that dia buat macam tadi, dia interview different people, stakeholders, orang dasar, cikgu, dia nak tengok kan, dia buat policy. So pasal STEM ni macam adakah aspirasi stakeholders dengan apa yang cikgu nampak sama? Kalau tak sama, kenapa? So he research on that, which is interesting really. And then he has such a good way of writing. Kalau boleh tengok dia punya, nanti I share dalam group dia punya paper, which is good. So sekarang dia dah fasa third year, fourth year dia masuk di Australia sebenarnya. Okay, we have 5 from last year punya HLP applicants, yang including me, yang PhD. So nanti I can also share. And then kalau dapat arrange, nanti I minta tolong diorang kalau dapat arrange satu sesi khas untuk PhD yang memang ni kita boleh arrange juga lah, sebab PhD dia agak detail. So there are things yang kalau master tak nak tahu pun tak apa, takut you guys takut pening kan. But PhD detail, especially overseas, there are things yang you kena be careful or be aware of sikit. So dia agak tricky. So saya tak nak share kat sini sebab dia dah macam different area dah dari situ. Okay, so teacher education upskilling training ni saya buat. Teacher identity. Okay, these two are very, very, sorry, I missed the decolonizing. Okay, yang ni decolonizing education. Okay, kalau you nampak trend sekarang, trend education sekarang, semua orang nak hak kesemarataan, betul tak? Kan? So what is that means is that they nak, I think there has been an issue about marginalized groups. So kalau dia kat Malaysia kita ada Rohingya je, for example, ataupun underprivileged groups yang tak dapat access to education equally. So you can do that. You can research on that. That is under decolonizing education. Trust me, if you do this and you are able to convince, I can assure you, you can secure yourself a place. Sebab dekat UK sekarang, decolonizing education is a top research yang diorang nak go into. This is my hint for you, those of you who are applying for PhD in overseas punya program. Okay, so decolonizing education under curriculum or under curriculum. Okay, so you can do that untuk teachers and untuk student. Basically untuk student lah. So dia nak tengok macam marginalized group. Teacher education upskilling, okay ada, tapi upskilling ni dah agak backdated sikit lah. So I buat topik yang backdated dah. So kalau boleh, you tengok different perspective, which are teacher identity and teacher agency. Macam mana teacher develop leadership daripada cikgu biasa, dia boleh develop leadership kepada tahap yang lebih tinggi. Just be them, kind of thing. Just be them. How? Why? In what ways? Kind of thing. Critical thinkers. Okay, yang ni yang my friend Fitri ID, kalau you kenal, dia buat pasal critical thinking dari perspektif pre-service teachers, guru-guru pelatih yang sebelum dia jadi cikgu. So this is interesting area juga. So bukan saja cikgu yang dah dalam servis, you can also tengok pada cikgu yang masih dekat IPG, which is interesting. Sebab kalau research semua fokus pada cikgu yang dah bekerja, siapa yang nak percaya kan? Pada pelajar pelatih IPG kita, cikgu yang bakal membentuk sistem pendidikan negara. So you can also research on that, which is interesting. Pre-service training, yeah, why not? And then leadership, siapa yang berminat kepada leadership counselling, more into nak jadi PK, nak jadi pengetua, you can also think about models, framework for leadership. So you nampak kalau you are a good leaders at school, you nampak sistem sekarang tak membantu cikgu untuk develop, okay, how can you do it, make it better? Are there any assessment system that is more transparent, that teachers can also evaluate pengetua, or pengetua boleh evaluate two-way system yang lebih friendly. It's not like bureaucratic, no red tapes. You can go do on that. So I'm giving you hints now, right? So effective leadership juga. Okay, alright. So what is effective leadership? What do they define by effective leadership? Kalau kual, do we have effective leadership in Malaysia? Is it effective enough? Or tu adalah quantitative study. Okay, sorry ya, saya laju sikit. Okay. HLP proposal ni ni just a brief sebab kita tak nak fokus pada ni. Ni adalah dia punya, how to say, dia punya structure, skeleton dia. Ni kena ada. So ada 5.0, don't worry, benda ni dia akan bagi masa you lulus online application, dia akan bagi PDF, you know this. This is not from reading, they will give you structure, you kena ikut yang tu. Okay, sebab kalau you research online, there are plenty of structure for different universities, for different purposes, so you have to go to be specific, kena follow strictly yang KPM nak. Walaupun susunan dia lari, follow yang KPM. Walaupun pelik, follow. Okay, no question on that. So tapi isi kandungan dia macam ni lah. Background, literature review, problem statement, theoretical and conceptual framework. Okay, yang 3.0 ni, we will talk more on that in the next session. Siapa yang untuk proposal research. Penting sekarang, you go back, read the PDF that we are going to share you, and think about what cluster you wanna research on, and you can start researching dekat Google Scholar dengan apa-apa dah. Okay, tulis. Kalau ada kekeliruan, you can always contact us. Okay, okay, I can accept any one or two question quickly, and then I have to leave, minta maaf banyak-banyak. Ika will continue kalau ada masa untuk Q&A. Ada tak soalan yang rasa nak tanya? Yang pasal abstract ke, yang boleh unmute?
Quick question, specifically for PhD ke, I think pasal tajuk yang area nak pergi, yang nak fokus tu, I think that's a very good hint and also good area to explore. Tapi apa lagi soalan yang you all nak tanya? Specifically pasal anything?
Okay, Shaheen asked how did we take for us to complete proposal? Okay, for me, sebab sebab master I was doing PEd TESOL degree. Master I did TESOL juga, master in TESOL. Okay, so now I'm using cluster for PhD. I'm doing kepakaran pendidikan, so something new, totally new. I've heard that people cakap buat benda sama masa master, which is true. Tapi masa master saya buat coursework, bukan coursework, penyelidikan project paper. So and then again, nak different cluster, you nak minat kat arah lain. So basically I'm like jumping from a cliff really, sebab I'm really going into a new thing. So banyak benda basic yang tak tahu, so agak banyak preparation nak buat sebenarnya. But school was hectic, but it was fun. So support system memang membantu. So I took I would say about 2 weeks of intense reading. 2 weeks of intense reading. I really sit down, I really stayed up late night. And writing is about, around the area. Tapi what I did was, masa saya apply abstract yang online tu, sebelum buat proposal, I really put effort at thinking of the topic and how I'm going to do it. Nampak tak? So bila dah tahu lulus tu, atau masa tak kita just guess lah, okay, dapat ada rezeki, tak dapat apa, tak apa. Tapi bila tahu lulus tu, okay, now I know I have to focus on this. Nampak tak? You dah ada direction nak work on. So that's why penting untuk you tahu you nak buat macam mana tu dekat this abstract. Jangan just simply fikir lah, 250 je word, so kita buat dulu, nanti kita fikir lah. So nanti you can have trouble juga anyway. You tak tahu, you akan busy nanti. Don't trust me, teachers are the busiest profession in the world. Okay, so plan sekarang. Okay, plan sekarang. Kalau ada soalan, ni boleh ask us ni. Tak lagi. Okay, any more question? Adilah, share nanti tahu dengan diorang your experience nanti.
InsyaAllah.
And then I think Miss Adele yang PM me from Telegram juga tadi, she mentioned that. Teacher Adele mentioned.
Teacher Adila.
She mentioned that she wrongly chose the wrong cluster tadi kan. Oh itulah, that's the thing. Big no. Can you share with us in a bit? Boleh?
Boleh tak share?
Basically sebab masa nak apply tu kan, actually I baru deliver baby tau, yang macam belum deliver, I macam memang dah sarat, lepas tu macam apply je, macam aku cakap 250 tu like macam okay buat je, macam tu. So betul lah macam aku cakap, memang before you nak tulis apa-apa tu memang you kena fikir panjang. So tak fikir panjang, I pun apply IR 4.0 tau. Lepas tu bila dapat interview, masa tu memang with really lack of preparation, yang macam I rasa macam menyesal jugalah, menyesal salah pilih bidang, menyesal tak cukup preparation kan. So soalan yang macam the first thing yang dia tanya bila masuk bilik interview tu kan, dia dah tengok semua, I dah present semua, tu dia pun tanya can you define IR 4.0, like macam pandang dia macam surface tu kita tahulah kan, macam lepas tu dia macam, you tahu tak you masuk bilik IR 4.0 and you cannot define properly tau, macam tu. So sebenarnya kluster yang betul adalah kena pilih betul-betul lah. So saya dapat soalan macam tu kan, saya keluar memang lepas habis present macam memang nak nangis lah, tapi macam bertabah sebab 15 minit je kan. So dah keluar, second interviewer, second candidate pula masuk, dia keluar, dia pun dapat soalan yang sama. So macam bila kita orang sit down and talk together, betul lah kita salah pilih bidang. So sebenarnya bidang ni sangat penting lah.
Betul.
Research awal. So itulah pengalaman saya menyeramkan yang tanya tu. Macam memang lagi satu, dalam PhD ni bila kita masuk kan, diorang ada satu expectation yang you ni nak buat PhD. So kalau you punya proposal tu tak sampai level dia tu kan, macam tak cukup tau diorang rasa, macam tu. Macam PhD ni punya preparation is very different from master, so macam you kena effort lebih, macam tu. Itulah experience I, so all the best untuk kita tahun ni. Thank you Nako and Atika bagi I.
Adila, maaf nak tanya, Adila degree apa TESOL
Saya TESOL, master TESOL.
Oh, sebab saya pun hari tu pergi interview juga. Saya salah ambil course juga.
Kan, so
saya ambil hari tu, saya ambil yang apa? Nurul Latihan. Lepas tu interviewer tu masih ditanya, nampak saya tanya, buat sukan ke? Dia dah ada mindset dia yang masuk ni mesti sukan. So
nice.
Saya sebelum present slide tu dia tanya, saya tak pandai BI, awak BM je. Kita dah prepare slide BI kan. Lepas tu dia nak minta BM. Lepas tu terpaksa lah present dengan BM. Lepas tu ada lecturer tu tanya BI, tergagak-gagak lah sebab kita nak tukar kita punya bahasa kan.
Betul.
Lepas tu dia condemn. Lepas tu dia memang teruk lah. Memang masa tu nak nangis lah.
Right. And I have one experience yang bukan I lah. There is one person yang bukan nak takutkan, just like nak everyone kita yang nak apply ni betul-betul prepare, because there's one candidate yang dia masuk bilik tu like 7 minutes dia terus keluar. Macam tu tau. Yang memang keluar yang cry. Macam, so we have to prepare in order untuk interview tu. And bila cakap pasal berapa masa nak buat proposal tu kan, one of my friends share yang bila hantar 250 tu, slowly lah prepare your proposal. So that bila you dah dapat tawaran untuk pergi interview tu, you tak terkejar tau. Sebab it just like 14 days je daripada tarikh untuk you pergi interview. Macam tu lah. So that's my experience. So tahun ni
okay, I think Nako, you must
Again, come again.
I suppose. And Nako, do you have any last words before you want to advise?
Yeah,
or, your
I
future
really have to
for
give
the
my
second.
last word.
Ini dah panas.
I'm reading
panas
it
itu.
now. Gini, I will share you the slide that we are discussing in the Telegram group. No worries. And then you can share with your friends. No worry. Kita sampai ke ilmu, insyaAllah tak ada masalah. And then the more we share, the more we get. And okay, last words. Okay, salah pilih bidang tu, it's a very, very critical mistake that we want to avoid so much. Jadi, pastikanlah you faham, yakin dan passionate tentang benda yang nak research. So, jangan macam just because you nak lepas, you ambil bidang yang you rasa macam orang ni tak banyak apply ni, saya apply lah. So, tapi in the end kena soal, nanti dia akan soal sesat kita, which is scary really. Kalau you mampu bidas all the pertanyaan, alhamdulillah. But if you are passionate and then you don't know things, insyaAllah bila passionate tu kita akan dapat bidang sebenarnya. Bila kita macam Ika, dia buat writing, dia minat writing, dia tahu nak ajar tu walaupun dia tak tahu teori, tapi dia boleh, insyaAllah. So kalau I think passionate is above all, and then of course be prepared, come prepared untuk online, and then think it really through. Ambil masa, I know it's year school, cuti sekolah tapi banyak kerja, ada yang affected with banjir. My prayers goes out to all of you. Tapi duduk sekejap, think it through, baca pembacaan, kerana kalau boleh support group yang kita ada kat Telegram tu gunakan untuk kita keep in touch and help one another. It's not about competing. Of course kita akan go back kepada zone-zone yang kita apply, tapi at the end of the day this is a process, learning process. So, kita belajar walaupun tak ada rezeki tahun depan, insyaAllah there will be. And jangan limit, I wanted to share pasal Mara juga kan, and then other scholarship, but can we make it to second slot that one, sebab dia more ada proposal kan, so kita masuk kat situ. So don't limit yourself to HLP. That is not the end of the world. There are plenty more options for you to choose from, really. I just got to know this bila dapat HLP. Rupanya banyak lagi sebenarnya kita tak tahu. Yang macam kan, cikgu hanya dia fikir HLP je. It's not that, okay?
Betul.
Right, so saya tekan minta diri dulu, minta maaf, but you can go on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for initiating this.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Bless you. Take care. See you.
Assalamualaikum. Minta maaf ya. Assalamualaikum. Mana saya silap. See you again.
Bye. Okay, untuk yang menyambung ni, kita 10:30, saya lupa kita dah start cuti sekolah kan, okay. 10:30 dah, sementara Nako share tadi tu, actually saya prepare sikit lah slide. I think sebenarnya bukan slide sangat pun, cuma slides yang saya gambar, saya kumpul, saya jadikan slides. Saya tunjuk. Okay, sementara tu ada soalan tak? Like any question that you want to ask, yang you nak tanya teacher Nako tadi tapi tidak tertanya?
Atika.
Ya.
Sorry nak tanya. Ada tak apa-apa yang Atika rasa Atika bawa something extra lah daripada other candidates masa interview hari tu? Mind to share? Thank you.
Okay. Extra, itulah, I bawa extra. Yang cakap itulah, thank you teacher Irma. I bawa extra, I thought certs. And they didn't give you, like they don't give a look even on the file sebab I memang kena tinggalkan. So like all the effort, apa pengajaran I dapat masa tu, cantik mana yang you prepare semua. Of course lah dia nak, mungkin dia suruh kita sedia. I tak tahu tahun depan dia tak sedia ke apa. Tapi your search pencapaian apa-apa ke, I rasa dia memang dia tengok juga, tapi sejak memang dia tak tengok langsung, tapi dia memang nak tengok gist research kita tu. At the end of the day, dia nak tengok bagus tak tajuk tu, worth it tak kalau untuk dia orang sponsor, macam tu. So okay, jap, can I share you something, macam mana borang, siapa yang apply sini first time, cuba angkat tangan. Sebab nak tunjuk borang sebenarnya, borang yang kita apply untuk first round ni kan, supaya korang tengok. Ramai, Alhamdulillah. Okay, yang ni, sebab kalau takut korang semua dah apply kan, so macam I don't know if it is worth it. Okay, sekejap I buka I share sekejap. Okay, ni baru buat tadi masa aku tengah present sebab jujurnya memang tak ada bahan, tapi as we talk through, I rasa macam ada something yang I rasa macam I wish I know it back then, macam tu. Okay, so this is macam I buat for research. Why I choose for research, there's a story there, not because I am confident, but it just happened to be that. Ini HLP application form, so you buka tu nanti, 18 hari bulan tu nanti, dia ada, sebenarnya kan, I tulis proposal lagi lama daripada I tulis abstract. Sebab macam I cakap kat you, abstract tu I korek-korek daripada actual research I dengan ni, I just tulis very short and simple, and walaupun ada beberapa tajuk, tapi at the end banyak-banyak tajuk I pilih tu, last kali I pilih yang tu sebab I rasa yang ni yang I rasa macam, sebab I dah biasa buat dalam kelas, focus on that, so I have that a bit confidence in that, and I rasa I suka buat benda tu. That's how I pilih writing. Sedangkan I banyak benda juga I buat, I think I have like 5 to 6 yang tajuk proposal yang I ada dalam kepala yang writing juga, tapi I tak tahu writing belah mana, cuma I tak nak buat writing. Okay, application form. So this one, ni dia. First masuk masa tu kan, sebab I pakai MacBook, I tak boleh pakai Safari sebab I sangat-sangat bahaya because I don't know, sometimes bila you nak save tu dia jadi macam mana tah. I pakai Chrome, so you nak selamat you pakai Chrome, jangan pakai Safari. Okay, yang ni yang dia nak tengok ni. Dan nombor kad pengenalan, umur pada 1 Januari you kena kira ya. Dan tarikh lantik Digi41 atau Digi42, tarikh sah Digi41 dan 42, you kena tahu dua tarikh ni. Check balik, kalau tak tahu just check operasi operasi korang kan. Check. And then tempat berkhidmat, berkhidmat kat sekolah. Pendapatan terkini sekolah menengah kebangsaan, ni I punya lah. Status pengajian sebab I ambil master, belum memulakan pengajian. Tak ada apa-apa pun. Dan ini I yang pilih HLP sepenuh masa. Kat sini yang aku cerita masa mula-mula sekali, you nak ambil, nak study full time ke part time? Nak buat apa? Nak pilih yang mana? So pilih MOU. So I pilih HLP sepenuh masa, Hadiah Latihan Pendidikan sepenuh masa and peringkat sarjana. So inilah. Okay, so this is the first link. Barulah tekan masuk. Okay, kalau you salah, you macam masuk isi tak habis pun nanti you nak masuk semula benda yang sama, masuk juga. Okay. Okay, so nampak tak tarikh ni? I masa tu, okay, pengalaman IC, masa kali pertama IC, I tak layak, tak cukup umur masa tu. I dengan pasal HLP, like masa tu tak cukup 3 tahun I kerja. And I terus apply, tapi memang mentah-mentah ditolak sebabnya dikira bulan tak. Masa tu I sah jawatan 1 Julai. Tapi masa tu I apply tahun 2000 berapa tak ingat. I lagi 5-6 bulan macam tu untuk cukup. Masa tu I rasa I tak cukup untuk 3 tahun tu. I apply betul-betul 3 tahun, I terus apply. Tapi tak boleh sebenarnya. Dia nak utamakan seniority lah. Itu masa I dulu. So first time tu apply memang tak dapat terus. Dia bagi tahu sebab you awal sangat. Dia tak cakap awal sangat. Macam mana I tahu tu sebab I pergi Putrajaya pergi check dengan pergi check tengok I tanya kenapa. First time memang terus tak dapat kat kenapa semacam like kita ada proposal, lepas tu tak boleh nak masuk langsung ke sebab I lambat hantar ke macam mana. So dia cakap basically because you kan ada syarat dia kan kelayakan itu berapa tahun berkhidmat kat sekolah tu kan. I tak penuhi kriteria tu, memang awal-awal kena tendang. So you tengok tajuk kat sini 18 Disember Jumaat 5 petang sehingga 15 Januari. Hantar Januari. I rasa I hantar hari last 15 Januari kalau tak silap I sebab I simpan lagi rekod tu. Okay, kali kedua I apply bukan setahun selepas tu. I think I skip dalam 3-4 tahun. So finally like after like over 7 years baru I apply. Bukan sebab I nak, sebab I tak teringat pun masa sebelum tu macam I think we are so busy and then I terlepas and then tak teringat pun masa apply 2020 tu. Masa tu kebetulan ditemukan dengan ni, ajak apply sama-sama lah. Itu ceritanya. Okay, ni yang I minta. Okay, dia ada 5 tau. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bahagian ni banyak dia punya ni. Jadi memang perlu jugalah. Jadi I maklumat ni make sure that you know. Tahu awal cari awal kan. Okay, maklumat I minta HLP, sarjana, HLP Persekutuan. Peringkat sarjana, jenis program dalam negara. Master tak ada luar negara ya. PhD sahaja luar negara. Okay, kluster yang ni ambil PDP. Dia ada banyak beberapa bidang kluster you pilih dekat sini macam aku cakap kepimpinan, kejurulatihan dan sebagainya. Dan I ambil bidang pengajian bahasa dan pengkhususan I terus ambil LDM 1127 bahasa Inggeris atau kesusastraan bahasa Inggeris. Ini tajuk I sinopsis tajuk cadangan tu. Ini tajuk mula-mula tau. This is how like raw tajuk tu. Memang kalau ditanya abstract dengan yang belajar sekarang untuk I buat ni memang lain beza. Cuma dia punya basic foundation dia writing skill. Macam mana jumpa anxiety tu masuk sama dengan I punya terma struggling students and the media support. So yang ni yang I bila dah baca dah masuk nak pergi lepas interview tu baru jumpa perkataan writing anxiety. So that's how late I was. So I think it's due to my lack of reading. Jadi you all boleh tahu awal, boleh cari awal lah. Dan I masa tu I bekerja di Terengganu, jadi I masuk zon timur. Nampak tak dekat sini? Tidak melebihi 1,800 aksara. Masa tu baki I 37 aksara sahaja. Macam apa? Abjad tu. Ini dia nak minta yang pertama ni. Okay, waris terdekat macam biasa, yada-yada semua ni. Okay, maklumat anak kita isikan, masalah kesihatan kalau ada isi. Okay, and then kita masuk maklumat akademik. Masa ni sebab ijazah sarjana muda ada daripada UiTM. tarikh pengalaman bila kelas kita kelas apa. Kalau awak graduan luar negara lain sikit ni, dia ada cara convert dia. Nako tahu sebab Nako graduate luar negara, dia tanya Nako macam mana nak convert kelas apa ni dengan luar negara punya sistem. And then CGPA, ini sebab I tak ada lagi sarjana, jadi I tinggalkan kosong sahaja. And then this one, masuk pula maklumat perkhidmatan. Yang ni panjang ya Robi. Pastikan semuanya tepat. Semua ni kena tepat. Tengoklah tally dah dengan e-operasi anda. Okey, itu sahaja. Kita nak tahu kemudian dah isi tu masuk lagi. Ada lagi. Dia bagi contoh lagi cara nak isi tau. Apa nama tempat pesugihan awak, SMK ke, sekolah, PPD ke, JPNT ke. Okey, sekolah agama ke. Okey, alamat email sekolah yang rasmi. Pegawai penyokong adalah pengetua anda. Kalau anda berada di PPD, pengarah PPD lah. Kalau anda berada di KPM, yang bos atas sekali lah. So, mengikut mana anda bertugas. Kalau college matrikulasi ke college vocational, pengarah ke I think. So, lain tempat bertugas, lain dia punya pegawai penyokong. Okey. Okey, dan tempoh pengalaman dalam bidang dimohon 10 tahun. Contohlah berapa tahun awak tulis kan nombor. Okey, tulis nombor je kat sini. Option adalah bidang mana yang awak graduate. Sebab saya TESOL, so option tempoh mengajar TESOL saya banyak tu lah. Dan tempat bertugas, ni yang ni yang ni I copy paste yang atas yang maklumat lebih kurang sama. Ni maklumat intisas, I buat TESOL. Yang ni bahasa Inggeris saya mengajar, minor I tak ada, jadi tinggalkan. Ni pun tak ada, option kedua. And then APC kalau ada letak, kalau tak ada tak ada masalah. Dia macam kalau ada APC masuk, kalau tak ada APC confirm you takkan dapat. No. It's very subjective. Kalau you ada. To be honest, it's true. You don't worry kalau you ada APC ke tak ada APC ke, it doesn't matter. Okay, yang penting you punya abstract tu. Ni markah yang kena minta 3 tahun terkini sahaja. Okay, kalau you jangan, I masa mula tengok muka 90, ya Allah 90 je dia ambil, like how? Like macam mana I nak? Ni macam kalau markah I kurang macam mana 80 lebih macam mana? You letak je markah you, don't worry about that. Okay, setiga ni lah. Mana nak dapat? Ambil daripada Hermes. Hermes kalau tak ingat kat mana tanya balik sebab you kena download semua. Okay, semangat kepada perkhidmatan kalau ada kebangsaan letaklah. Ada yang daripada antarabangsa letaklah, I tak ada antarabangsa. And then bahagian sekolah, 2 ni je. Peringkat ketiga I tak ada, 2 ni je. Itu pun kebangsaan I rasa sebab I masuk pertandingan tu inovasi something. Kan ada macam pertandingan inovasi tu, itu je peringkat kebangsaan. Then itu je peringkat jabatan sekolah. Yang lain tak ada. Kalau tak ada, tulis tak ada. You tulis je lah tak ada. Nak buat macam mana kan, memang tak ada. Okay, be honest lah. Like you don't be intimidated. Itu bagi tahu sebab dia nak tengok apa yang kita ada, apa yang kita nak ni dekat sini dia tengok macam sumbangan you daripada ni. Sebab tu dia tak mungkin sebab tu juga kot dia dah tengok sijil-sijil kita. Masa ada interview tu I tak ingat I benda-benda ni. Punya dia dah tengok masa sebelum kita apply mula-mula. Kalau penulisan yang ni sebab peringkat kebangsaan tu I masuk kajian inovasi tu, dia masukkan dalam dia punya dia punya buku tebal macam like dipublish untuk inovasi punya tu. Jadi I masukkan dan sebab dia minta number juga yang menunjukkan it is published. Okay, peringkat negeri masa tu I buat apa tak ingat, tapi something to do with action research. Masa tu ada satu tu je rasa. Sebab dia nak 3 tahun terkini kan. Masa tu 3 tahun terkini tu I was not really active in many things. Jadi itulah kekurangan je sikit. Tapi kalau ada, kalau tak ada tak apa. Macam tu tau. Jangan risau tau kat sini. And then peringkat jabatan sekolah. Ini banyaklah, you letaklah yang paling banyak. Masa tu I memang peringkat sekolah. Peringkat negeri I ingat dah. Chorus sketch. I think ni penulisan penerbitan. Tak ada. Peringkat sekolah I rasa I buat action research kat sekolah. Itu sahaja. Dengan peringkat daerah, action research yang lama tu. Basically that is the thing. Kalau tak ada, tak apa. Dia nak tengok je pernah menulis ke tak, itu je. So tak semua orang ada pengalaman tu. Maklumat penajaan, I tak pernah ada sebelum ni, tidak ya. Dan yang lain-lain tu maka kosonglah ruang itu. Okay, so yang tu pasal isi borang. Okay, pasal isi borang dulu. Okay, ada soalan tak? I nak stop sharing kejap. Buku proceeding, yes. Buku proceeding, I dah ingat dah. Buku proceeding. And then okay, for master macam mana nak decide ambil mixed mode atau research mode? Okay, I think masa tu, masa peringkat mix ke research ke tak fikir tau, I tak tahu. I don't know that. I don't know how that we have these things that we have to go to choose ke apa. I lepaskan bahagian pertama ni je. Bila dia dah panggil interview tu kan ada tempoh dia kan, nanti bulan 4 dia dipanggil. Masa kita dah hantar tu kita dah start preparing lah, looking for university ke, looking for apa-apa. I think lepas bulan 1 lepas I dah hantar abstract, baru lepas satu bebanan yang rasa I think susah tulis abstract sebab kita tak tahu kan, dan banyak tukar itu, tukar ini. Lepas tu baru I pilih. Kalau you tanya sekarang, sebenarnya ni masuk pada second session, second round nanti kan untuk yang aku share tu. Tapi to be honest, masa tu I did mention you kan, I memang tanya ramai orang. I tanya orang-orang yang pernah belajar master, yang pernah ada pengalaman belajar ataupun apply HLP ke apa. Dan salah seorang yang saya tanya tu, dia adalah pelajar yang menuntut di UIA. Tapi saya jumpa saya tanya dia masa saya nak interview tu je, masa saya nak prepare diri saya untuk interview, untuk yang second round tu. Masa tu bila saya minta dia tolong tengok, boleh tak tolong tengok, because kita cikgu tau, satu benda yang saya belajar juga, kita cikgu memanglah kita kena tahu itu ini, tapi you jangan terlalu tekankan diri you yang you kena semuanya kena lengkap, sempurna, kerana tiada istilah kesempurnaan dekat situ. Kerana kita ni tak belajar lagi dan kita macam cikgu yang memang kat sekolah kan, so we are not very exposed to the research, kita tak tahu apa, tapi we did our study, so we know lah some of it, macam tu, in depth tu tidak. Tapi bila I hantar tu dekat dia, bagusnya kawan I ni dia terus kata, okay Kak Tika, gini, saya nanti cuba hantar ke email ke saya. I think sebulan lepas tu baru dia reply because the person is so a bit busy. Tapi dia kata, okay Kak, dia macam ni. Masa tu, the proposal was so messy. Dia kata nampak ada benda nak tulis tapi edit sikit. And then I edit, and then sebulan lepas tu ke 3 minggu, dia hantar balik. And then dia tulis buat Google Meet. Dia kata, okay, I think I need to go through this with you one by one. And then bila dia baca, and then at the end dia cakap, you know what, for this one, I rasa, you ambil for research. And then how this friend influenced me, and then dia kata, nanti Kak masuk sini, I rasa you boleh buat bahagian ni. And then why not you come to UIA dekat university dia. Come lah nanti, kalau ni I belajar. That's it. She's actually memang my junior lah. Dan dia yang convince, because sampai hari terakhir saya nak decide saya nak universiti mana, saya tak tahu adakah UIA yang terbaik. But you know, you think about it, you make some sekolah, and then you cakap, because my bantuan tu banyaknya menghala ke orang yang belajar kat UIA. So that's how it goes lah. Masa tu walaupun kawan saya apply juga UPM, tapi masa tu and then dia cakap masuk pilih universiti ke pengajian apa, jangan ikut orang, ikut diri sendiri, sebab at the end yang nak belajar tu you. Saya cakap, bagi tahu kawan-kawan, you go to whatever university, whichever university yang you rasa trust, yang you rasa selesa dan nak kat situ. So mine is UIA, masa tu memang I seorang, yang lain ke UKM dan UPM, macam tu. Okay, so pasal tu. Tapi kan, apa yang you boleh buat sekarang pasal isi borang ni, you kumpulkan siap-siap tau. Sebab I tak ingat kita buat apa yang 3 tahun lepas tu. Memang cari sijil tu, cari semua. Sebab dia nak memang nama tu spesifik macam mana dalam sijil kalau ada. Pencapaian tu, pelibatan kita tu, memang I correct. I think salah satu bagusnya kita apply HLP ni kan, masa tu baru I kumpul, susun sijil I ikut folder. You bayangkan dah berapa tahun you kerja, you tak pernah macam ni. So kat sini lah, kat sana lah. Masa tu barulah cari sijil. Masa tu baru jumpa, I pernah masuk ni rupanya. Pernah. Jadi you have to force yourself to kumpul sijil, susun sijil, which actually sangat bagus lah untuk you. Macam tu. Okay, itu pasal isi borang. Okay, lepas tu kan, bila pasal research ni, bukan saya buat full research kan, sebab dia risiko dia banyak, sebab your whole study is on research. Tapi what I know is that I really want to do this topic, and I want to make sure that I can get something from it, sebab nanti macam bila dah buat master, ala-ala nak buat PhD terus, and then I think having this early exposure will help me to go in depth with PhD. Tapi adakah kurang kalau kita ambil mixed method? Tak ada masalah, tak ada, sebab it depends on your goal, what you want to achieve dalam master ni. And lepas saya masuk UIA, actually baru I tahu UIA dia boleh ambil juga satu course, sebab masa tu dia ada coursework saja, kita kan tak boleh apply coursework kan. Lepas masuk UIA baru I tahu rupanya dekat UIA boleh ambil mixed mode, cumanya dia tak tulis mixed mode, dia tulis coursework. Tapi coursework tu ada 3 pilihan, coursework sahaja, coursework with thesis dengan coursework lagi satu apa? Coursework with thesis tu samalah dengan istilah mixed mode sebab dia punya jumlah kredit tu sama. And I know after I enroll and yeah, so but that's about it. But kalau ada pun I memang akan buat research lah. Macam tu. Okay. Kejap, dekat ke sebelah dah. Okay, I need to speed up sebab esok pun I ada I share lagi satu. Okay, yang ni kan, yang I nak beritahu you ni. Ini yang I buat masa I belajar ni lah. Before you go pergi sesi yang berbayar ke syariah yang berbayar, you go for YouTube. My YouTube has never been academically or being ilmiah sampailah I mula masuk belajar. Tapi I rasa ni I buat lepas I masuk universiti belajar ni. Go for this one, you go for that. Nampak I tekan research je kan. Ni yang I dah pernah tengok, I dah tengok ulang, go for this one. Understand the research in easy way. I paling suka Scribble, sangatlah bagus. I love this one. And Dr. Amina, she just finished her PhD. And super helpful in her sharing. Ni statistik yang I tengok. And then, okay, ni grad coach. You go for this channel. So many things you can learn from it. Mendeley ni kan, okay, you tengok istilah Mendeley. Yang ni I kenal lepas masuk belajar, tapi I hope you kenal awal. Mendeley, Mendeley adalah satu archive yang mana you kumpulkan segala jurnal-jurnal akademik yang you download, you masukkan dekat situ. Grad coach dia ada cara macam mana nak guna Mendeley dan apakah itu Mendeley. So macam how to write the methodology chapter, ini bagus sangat. And writing an A+ abstract. Everything is there tapi kita tak pernah cari sebab kita tak pernah tak terfikir pun kan. So bila kita dah belajar kita kena tahu dan kita cari. So grad coach is a very good one. Dia punya website pun ada, YouTube channel dia pun bagus. And then ni Dr. Tawa ada Telegram channel. And then okay, this one dia ada banyak buat sharing. I banyak masuk kelas percuma dia untuk belajar master ni. Sangat banyak. You go for the Telegram channel, I boleh bagi link nanti. Tapi for this one, proofreading by a UK PhD. All free. Ada yang berbayar juga tapi you go for free first. Banyak dekat situ, dekat Facebook dia pun ada. Dr. Tawa, I think Facebook dia nama proofreading by a UK PhD. Sama juga. Ada banyak charts, gambar, a lot of things from there. Ni I tahu lepas saya belajar. So, one thing that I wish you to know earlier is this one. Okay. And then, Dr. Amina Yunis ni pun sama juga. Perfect conclusion yang ni yang ni untuk research saya rasa. Okay, dia baru upload hari tu. And this is one I think I love, Scribble. Strong dissertation. Ini memang for newbie memang I check pasal literature review, how to write literature review sebab I memang tak tahu. So she has the easiest explanation yang I boleh baca dalam masa 3 minit, 5 minit. Faham, baca lagi, dengar lagi sampailah you faham. Ikutlah apa yang dia cakap tu. Smart student, I love this one juga. I baru jumpa. And this is how to write your APA style, to write your bibliography. And ini yang some of things yang I jumpa lah. Dan I nak share dengan you lah. Sebenarnya ada lagi satu I sampaikan dekat Spotify je. I stop sharing. Spotify pun I cari channel juga sebab I selalu buka Spotify and then I cuba-cuba tengoklah dalam tu ada ke tak. And ada satu yang I jumpa sebab I just random cari cari bahan dalam tu kan sebab kadang-kadang kita tak ada masa kan. So sometimes bila I drive long hours drive, I buka ni. It sounds so boring but kalau mengantuk jangan pasang lah, mengantuk sangat-sangat. Tapi macam just for leisure, you nak dengar, you nak biasakan telinga you tu faham, dengar. You just go for Spotify je. Ada satu yang I jumpa. So this one lah yang I tengok, dissertation ni. So these are one of the channel. Ada satu lagi channel I ikut tapi tak ingat sebab I tak sedia punya ni. Tapi dalam Spotify banyak tau podcast orang buat sharing pasal research ni. I never know that because I never explore this part of the world. I never know this part of the thing. Sebab kita tengok biasa benda lain kan, podcast lain ke apa. So these are the things that you can do. Sambil-sambil you biasakan dengar, you biasakan you cari idea. And then lagi satu kan, idea ni kadang-kadang kita tak tahu datang macam mana. So you just, whatever you have in mind, just record dalam phone you. I still have the recorded notes yang I simpan dalam notes lah. I tulis HLP application, my HLP timeline, sebab I cakap just in case I gagal sem ni, pada I gagal tahun ni, next year I dah tahu dah macam mana. That's why I keep kind of like my record of everything so that I didn't do the same mistake. Sebab kita kadang kena lupa kan banyak benda. So this is the thing I macam I record just so know that isu, persediaan temuduga tulis, isu semasa, Q&A, apa lagi, tarikh penting, sijil dan dokumen apa yang kena sedia. Lepas tu sijil apa yang I kena sediakan, apa lagi I buat timeline daripada. So having this timeline help me to actually be conscious lah apa yang I minta, apa yang I nak. And timeline yang tahun lepas dengan tahun ni kan dia macam lebih kurang sama juga, macam tu. Cuma I ingat I submit I punya abstract memang hari akhir tu 15 Januari tu baru I hantar. Bukan last minute malam, Nako malam, I siang. I settlekan siang tu sebab I takut jadi masalah internet. Kawasan itu macam masalah sikit dengan internet. So I siang malam tu Nako inform she submitted it, then that's it. Tapi abstract dia okey sikit lah, dia agak ringan sikit. Cuma dia nak tahu kita clear pasal benda yang kita minta tu, yang kita apply tu. Okay, soalan ada lagi tak? I hope that I can help you with that. And yeah, and I macam for me lah, I share sikit lah pasal I belajar kat UI. I think I really love the culture. Like all the subject I'm taking, this sem I'm taking 4 subjects, qualitative, research methodology, advanced history of Islamic civilization dengan research statistik. So I love all the lecturers. They are very, I think, kind, empathic, and then I think I do learn a lot. Of course I do learn a lot, but they made the topic or whatever that we learn seems not that difficult, and then it's always encouraging. Best lah, lain macam I belajar degree dulu, macam sumbat kan, tapi macam ni all lecturers I ni dia macam make sure semua orang faham. So that's what we love about that. And the modes of communication with the student, they prefer WhatsApp. Kalau UPM, you boleh contact dia orang dengan email je. Tapi kalau macam yang UI ni semua pakai WhatsApp. Sebab dulu I tanya kalau nak contact, should we like, how can we like, if you have any inquiry, how can we reach you for any inquiry kan? Dia cakap kena pakai email ke? Yalah, WhatsApp dah lah macam tu. So yeah, they are very flexible in that way. And if you do choose to go to UIA, come and see me. Sebab nanti I pun akan buat challenge yang sesi kedua ni, I akan ajak senior junior I yang memang dah belajar kat sini tu to share more with you. Sebab I dah bagi tahu dia dah lah, like I think I want to have more students who know HLP to apply in UIA, because I think this is a really good stuff here. And there's a lot that you like to experience aside from the good food here. Tapi the learning culture, the environment is very helping and nurturing. I pilih untuk masuk campus walaupun I buat full time, walaupun I boleh duduk kat rumah, tapi satu benda is I want to use the facilities. And then bagusnya UIA ni dia keluar masuk dia tak rigid macam New Zealand juga. So kadang-kadang I duduk 3 hari, balik rumah 3 hari. So whenever I have classes that I need to use library card, I will stay in my mahallah, kita orang panggil mahallah, the college tu. Kalau tak ada, then I go home. But for you to really concentrate on that, in your study ke apa, having a mahallah, college penginapan ni, dia tidak dibayar oleh KPM, dia bayar sendiri. KPM hanya taja beasiswa anda hanyalah meliputi yuran pengajian. Yuran mahallah macam I bayar dulu untuk satu semester 1212 RM1,212 untuk satu semester. So dalam sebulan dalam 300 ke 400 gitu. Jadi I think it's worth it lah, because I use the environment, and then they have excellent internet connection. And then tadi ada orang tanya tau, what makes you different from yang lain pada orang lain, yang orang lain tak buat. I think one thing that I didn't know that is useful, because junior I yang tengok paper I tu, masa I sehari sebelum interview dia bagi tahu I, dia kata, you know what, because dia convince I, you know Kak Tika, you ambil je, you go for research. I think memang patut you masuk research kat UIA ni. I think this one will do well. And then kalau you buat PhD pun banyak tau, sebab memang susah research ni, tapi the platform, the batu loncatan tu sangat bagus untuk persediaan you untuk PhD. Macam tu. Okay, and then I didn't know that masa dia buat sharing dengan I tu, I didn't know that he actually submitted my apa tu, my proposal yang nak kena hantar interview tu. Berapa page saya buat? 11-12 page, saya tak ingat. Okay, dia hantar dekat dia punya supervisor, and then the supervisor dia kata, okay, come to UIA in September, see you in September. I was like, akak tak dapat lagi pun. Ni man, how can you be so confident? Interview pun tak pergi lagi. Tapi masa interview tu I cakap, actually dah ada potential supervisor, dan yang ni I tahu masa sehari kedua hari sebelum interview, because I told this person, this junior, cakap, tolonglah doa, macam I really got nervous kan, macam cuak kan, ramai orang macam hebat-hebat bersama kita, banyak yang kita kurang. Dia cakap pergi buat je, and then dia cakap actually I dah submit benda je dekat Dr. Faizah, my potential supervisor, Dr. Faizah. Dia kata okay je, jumpa September. So macam tu. So I did know that, and this person did that to me, which is macam so nice of this person. Bagus kan, orang kita, kadang-kadang kita tak tahu orang yang kita cari tu, yang kita refer tu, dia secara senyap ke terus ni, dia just melorongkan kita, memudahkan in some way. But providing that you put your effort in there lah, janganlah macam kita masuk, macam contohlah kita nak pasal research proposal kan, orang tu bagi contoh research proposal je, you copy paste jadikan proposal you. It happened tau last year, and I was like, berani lah. And then that person tak mengaku dengan orang tu kan, which is macam alah tak best lah macam tu, sebab dia suka sikit-sikit je tajuk tu, macam alah. So we know that macam cikgu-cikgu ni kelompok dia kecil je, kat mana-mana pun yang kita akan kenal kan. Tapi how hard it is untuk you cari, make sure that it is your original title. Some people, they are so nice enough to give their abstract. Macam I tak boleh tunjuk my exact tajuk because that's my proposal, research proposal, sebab I buat full research. So it's a bit confidential for me. Sebab kalau I hantar and then you do, someone use that topic, then I dah tak ada tajuk lah. Because that is my area kan. Macam kalau you nak buat area, you buat area lain. Okay. Contoh you nak buat writing anxiety tu, mungkin you buat scope lain ke apa. I buat rural secondary school students. Maybe you nak buat listening anxiety ke whatever anxiety yang something to do with the performance kan, macam tu. And apa lagi ya? So that's one thing lah yang different. So bila I pergi interview tu, I think masa yang hujung tu dia kata, okay, so round ketiga dalam interview tu nanti, dia ada tanya, kenapa, how can it contributes, how can your research contributes to the community or to everyone. So I focus pada, I cakap lah, this is how it helps our students in certain area, and I will not say that I will help student, and then I cakap lah at the end, it professionally as a teacher I become, memang if I will have this knowledge, I can become a better educator to educate my students kan. And then apa lagi tadi dia tanya, and then I cakap, actually I dah dipilih, dia tanya universiti mana. Okay, sorry, masa yang last dia tanya, okay, you pilih universiti mana, nyatakan 3 universiti awak pilih, dan universiti pertama tu dia tanya, okay, kenapa Puan Atikah, kenapa awak pilih UIA? Saya cakap pilih UIA sebab nak buat research ni, and then I actually dah ada potential supervisor, dah ada contact, and then like if this I got accepted with the scholarship, I'll be seeing her in October, macam tu. So okay, alright. So if you do have that potential supervisor atau you nak cari, I cadangkan you pergi universiti yang you nak, tapi ni lambat sikit lah. Tapi jap. Ada lagi satu tip kalau you nak cari tajuk tau. Yang ni I tahu lepas I masuk universiti. You pergi dekat stage universiti yang nak pergi tu, UPM and UIA, I memang go in depth looking for the lectures and also their papers yang diorang dah publish. I go and I search for their papers, sebab my supervisor tu, potential supervisor tu, I nak tengok apa yang dia dah tulis. So I go study her paper, her research. And then masa tu baru I faham kenapa kawan I tu dia suggest I pergi bawah doktor ni. Okay, kalau UIA banyak tempat Faizah, you kena carilah banyak. And then dia cakap, then I go for that, barulah jumpa gap. Dia tengok, ni research yang baru-baru orang buat. So you go for that, you go, kalau tak ada tajuk kan, tak tahu tajuk, you pergi ke bahagian staff, ke bahagian rektoris setiap universiti tu, tengok publication yang orang yang dah pernah buat. And then dekat recent publication yang orang dah publish tu, pergi tengok dia punya gap. Macam dia punya finding tu dekat result tu, you tengok apa yang kurang dekat situ, kat situ you ambil. You tweak benda tu jadi you punya tajuk you nak guna. So that's another tip yang I tahu lepas I masuk belajar. Okay, so I think that's for it. I think it's 11:10. I think I have actually I have to go now because tomorrow early in the morning I joined this voluntary team for flood. So we did in UIA, we initiated a group, a team yang mana kami akan turun sebagai sukarelawan untuk area Selangor. So we are going to go to Ulu Selangor, Ulu Langat and Sri Muda. And if you want to donate some things, kejap dia tunjuk dekat you lah. If you want to contribute any item, kalau you berada berdekatan kan, you nak join, you nak bagi barangan bantuan ke apa, you can like reach our team. So this is what we going to do. This is what we did today. Sekejap, aku share dah. Okay, so this is what we did today and this is what we had our team, and then like this is what we do. We just did some shop, we just beli, kita orang baru siap beli barang, esok kita orang akan gerak buat. If you do have anything that you want to donate, tak kira lah apa-apa sahaja, you can go to this room. Tak join pun tak apa tau, sebab ini I memang fokus volunteer ni orang dalam pelajar dalam UIA je, yang dalam in campus. So kami pelajar-pelajar dalam campus ni, kita orang kumpul tenaga and then kumpul duit sikit-sikit, beli barang, hantar. Kita orang ni dengan NGO mana-mana yang dekat luar tu je. So if you want to look, just to go see how we do and then want to contribute something monetary ke apa, so you can always reach me or reach them. And yeah, that's what going to happen tomorrow. We're going to do that early in the morning, insyaAllah. So pray for us. Baik, itu sahaja daripada saya. I hope that I don't bore you. It's 11:12. I hope that kita sama-sama tolong dan sama-sama dapat. Tak tahu kan rezeki orang macam mana kan. Kita just buat sajalah. And thank you for attending today. Thank you for coming. So with that, I end the session. Thank you so much. Take care. Good luck in your preparation. Wish you all the best. Doakan I juga untuk I first semester dan sampai habis ni. Moga I grad on time. In time 2 tahun kontrak, dan itulah kita tolong orang kita. So sama-sama tolong. And hope you have fun doing this journey, insyaAllah. And yeah, alright. So with that, we see each other in other time. And thank you.